तो ये सारी चीजें आपको अपने वेंचर के बारे में, अपने आइडिया के बारे में पता होनी चाहिए, या कम से कम उसका आइडिया होना चाहिए कि वो कैसे निकलेगा। कैन यू गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। नंबर 1, whose problem are you trying to solve? हम कल से चिल्ला रहे हैं प्रॉब्लम 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 प्रॉब्लम, राइट? अब मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूं कि ये प्रॉब्लम तो है, लेकिन आपको आज इस पीस ऑफ पेपर पे ये भी लिखना पड़ेगा कि पहले तो आप ये लाइन लिख लीजिए एक, अभी लास्ट पेज पे जहां पर भी आप हैं, whose problem I am trying to solve। आप किसका प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं? मैं बोल रहा हूं मैं अपना प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहा हूं, मुझे पैसा चाहिए इसलिए मैं एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप कर रहा हूं, या मैं स्टार्टअप कर रहा हूं। अल्टीमेटली ये प्रॉब्लम लेके मैं बाहर जाऊंगा तो लोग मुझे गालियां ही देंगे और कुछ नहीं, राइट? बट आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आप किसका प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हो, ठीक है? नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। चलिए अब मैं एक एक करके कैडबरी सिल्क या कैडबरीज, कैडबरीज का कस्टमर कौन है? हाँ, रिटेल शॉप्स, कस्टमर, एंड हु इज द कंज्यूमर? अच्छा, ओके। तुम कैडबरीज खाते हो? खाई है, खुद खरीद के खाई है, ठीक है? तो तुम कस्टमर हो या कंज्यूमर हो? नहीं, इन ए वे यस। देखो, जो भी उसको यूज करेगा वो कंज्यूमर तो है ही, लेकिन कस्टमर तुम भी और तुम्हारे पिताजी भी है। पैसे कौन दे रहा है? पापा दे रहे हैं। इनडायरेक्ट, इनडायरेक्ट कस्टमर पापा है, लेकिन कस्टमर ये है बिकॉज डिसीजन किसका है कि मुझे कैडबरीज, वो कुछ और भी तो खा सकता था ना, राइट? जब मैं कॉलेजेस में जाता हूं अक्सर, तो मैं पूछता हूं कि भाई कॉलेज स्टूडेंट हो तो तुम इस कॉलेज के कस्टमर हो या कंज्यूमर हो? कंज्यूमर, राइट? क्योंकि जब आप एडवर्टीजमेंट देखते हो, क्योंकि डिसीजन कौन लेता है कॉलेज में जाने का? पेरेंट्स। पे कौन करता है? पेरेंट्स। इसीलिए जब कॉलेजेस बात करते हैं किसी को एडमिशन के लिए, तो वो कभी भी ये नहीं दिखाते कि यहाँ स्विमिंग पूल है, यहाँ पे ये फन एक्टिविटी होती है, यहाँ पे बहुत मजा आता है, यहाँ पढ़ाई नहीं होती। वो क्या बोलते हैं? नैक रैंकिंग ये है, फलाना इतना अच्छा है, यहाँ पे इतना पैकेज है। क्यों? क्योंकि उनको मालूम है, पेरेंट तो यही देख रहे हैं ना कि पैकेज अच्छा मिल रहा है, अच्छी से पढ़ाई होती है, रैंकिंग बहुत अच्छा है, और वो ही पैसा देने वाला है, और अल्टीमेटली उसका डिसीजन में बहुत बड़ा रोल होने वाला है। इसीलिए कॉलेजेस को मालूम है कि कौन कस्टमर है और एडवर्टीजमेंट किसके हिसाब से बनना चाहिए, राइट? अगर मैं स्विमिंग पूल दिखा दूंगा, ठीक है, फॉरेनर्स को बिठा दूंगा, वहां पे पार्टी चल रही, पूल पार्टी, सारे स्टूडेंट्स यही बोलेंगे हमको इसी कॉलेज में जाना, राइट? बट हमको मालूम है कि पैसा कौन देने वाला है, कॉलेजेस को पता है, राइट? तो वो टारगेट करते हैं उस हिसाब से अपने कस्टमर को। ओके, बेबी केयर प्रोडक्ट्स, कौन कस्टमर है, कौन कंज्यूमर है? क्लियर, बहुत क्लियर है इसके अंदर। छोटे से बच्चा है, उसको आप बेबी प्रोडक्ट यूज तो करे, वो कंज्यूम भी कर रहा है, लेकिन दुकान में जाके वो नहीं बोलता मैं ये नहीं, ये डायपर नहीं पहनूंगा, राइट? या मुझे ये बबल सोप नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को वो दूसरा वाला लाके दो, ठीक है, और ये रहे पैसे, राइट? फेसबुक, हु इज द कस्टमर एंड हु इज द कंज्यूमर? हाँ, टेल मी, हु इज द, फेसबुक का कस्टमर कौन है और कंज्यूमर कौन है? रेज योर हैंड एंड टेल मी। अभी मम्बलिंग नहीं चलेगी, बताओ। सर आप फेसबुक में क्या खर्चा कर रहे हो? आप फेसबुक का कस्टमर बनने के लिए क्या खर्च कर रहे हो आप? एडवर्टाइजर्स।
It is said if we are not paying for the product, we are the product. So they don't have the customer, they only have consumer.
You are the product, by the way. That's right. In a way, you are the product. But आप उस चीज को कंज्यूम कर रहे हो, राइट? आप टाइम लगाते हो, आप अपना इंटरनेट का खर्चा करते हो, डेटा का खर्चा करते हो, सारी चीजें करते हो, टाइम का खर्चा करते हो. इन ए वे यू आर द कस्टमर एंड यू आर द कंज्यूमर. अच्छा, आप कंज्यूम क्या करते हो फेसबुक? लेट्स से कंटेंट. और मजे की बात है, कंटेंट भी कौन बना रहा है? दूसरे कस्टमर. इससे अच्छा धंधा हो सकता है क्या? जो खर्चा कर रहा है वही कंटेंट बना रहा है, दूसरा जो है वही उसको कंज्यूम कर रहा है, और वो आराम से ज़करबर्ग बैठ के देख रहा होगा. बहुत मजा आ रहा है. नेटफ्लिक्स, हु इज द कस्टमर एंड हु इज द कंज्यूमर? The person who is buying the subscription, customer, and who is watching it, consumer. Usually customer जो है वो कंज्यूम नहीं कर पाते नेटफ्लिक्स में, बिकॉज आपको मालूम है पापा के पास टाइम नहीं है, बच्चों के पास बहुत है. All right, all this okay. Do you know, anybody know about this brand ID? Raise your hand if you know about this. ID. ID के बारे में बॉम्बे वालों को पता होगा और साउथ में सबको पता होगा. नॉर्थ में किसी को नहीं पता होगा, बिकॉज नॉर्थ में भी आए नहीं. बट दिस इज अ $1 million ब्रांड. ID क्या मालूम है? ID इडली डोसा बैटर का ब्रांड है, और अभी वो कॉफी डिकॉक्शंस भी बना के बेच रहे हैं. एंड आप लोगों को सबसे अमेजिंग बात ये लगेगी कि साउथ में जहां पे सबसे ज्यादा इडली और डोसा और सारी चीजें खाई जाती है, वहां पे सबको बनाना आता है. वहां पर ये ब्रांड बहुत धड़ल्ले से बिकता है. अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कि नॉर्थ के अंदर मैं आपको रोटियां बेचूंगा, आप बोलोगे कि मैं तो मम्मी के हाथ की रोटी, सॉफ्ट रोटी खाता हूं, मुझे नहीं खानी आपकी रेडीमेड रोटी. ऐसे ही साउथ में घर घर के अंदर बैटर बनता है, लेकिन स्टिल दे आर सक्सेसफुल. चलिए, अब आप इमेजिन करिए कि आपने तो कभी खरीदा नहीं, लेकिन इमेजिन करिए इडली डोसा बैटर ब्रांड है, उसका कौन कस्टमर है और कौन कंज्यूमर है? आपको पता है जब आईडी लॉन्च हुआ तो बहुत सारे लोगों ने, मुस्तफा इज द फाउंडर, एंड आई मेट हिम सो मेनी टाइम्स. बेंगलोर में ही रहता है, एंड आई मेट हिम सो मेनी टाइम्स. ग्रेट गाय. वो मतलब यूजुअली उसने मुझे पर्सनली क्या बोला वो अलग बात है. टॉक में मुस्तफा ने ये बोला कि हम जब ये लॉन्च कर रहे थे सबने बोला कि नॉर्थ में करो, बट प्रॉब्लम इज कि नॉर्थ में रोज रेगुलर बेसिस पे कोई इडली डोसा खाता नहीं है. देख रहे आप, डिमांड तो है. अब प्रॉब्लम ये था कि अगर माएँ वो बैटर बना रही है और सडनली अगर माएँ वो बैटर खरीदने लग जाए तो उसकी फीलिंग चली जाएगी, करेक्ट? बट उन्होंने माओ से जाके पूछा कि अगर आपको मैं इडली डोसे का बैटर दे देता हूं तो आप लेंगे क्या? उन्होंने कस्टमर से ही पूछा. उन्होंने बोला हाँ हम ले लेंगे, क्योंकि उसके अंदर क्या कस्टमाइजेशन करना है वो हम कर सकते हैं, और बनाना तो हमको ही है ना. जब हम उसको बनाते हैं तो वो कितना पतला, कितना हार्ड, कितना क्रिस्पी बनना चाहिए वो तो हमारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है ना, वो तो बनाने वाले के हाथ के ऊपर है. लेकिन उसको बनाने के लिए भिगोना, फिर उसको पीसना, फिर उसको फर्मेंट होने के लिए रखना, फिर अगले दिन उसकी कंसिस्टेंसी चेक करना, फिर उसके अंदर चीजें ऐड करना, फिर बनाना, बहुत टाइम लगता है. व्हाई नॉट जस्ट गिव इट टू अस, वील कस्टमाइज एंड वील मेक. दिस इज द पावर ऑफ नोइंग योर कस्टमर. तो इससे पहले वाली जो लाइन थी ना, हु इज योर कस्टमर, अगर मुस्तफा ये नहीं करता तो प्रोबेबली वही ब्रांड कभी शुरू नहीं करता, और उस जगह से तो बिल्कुल शुरू नहीं करता जहां से उसको पूरा सक्सेस मिला है, द सदर्न रीजन ऑफ दिस कंट्री, राइट? कैन गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. व्हाई शुड वी नो अवर कस्टमर? First of all, to make your product relevant. Relevant होना चाहिए प्रोडक्ट. कॉमन सेंस यूज करके हम पता लगा सकते हैं, लेकिन आपको ये फिगर आउट करना पड़ता है कि क्या ये रिलेवेंट है. और जब हम मार्केट की बात कर रहे हैं, आगे जाकर मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि रिलेवेंसी भी एक कंडीशन ही है, सिर्फ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंडीशन है, बट रिलेवेंसी सिर्फ एक कंडीशन है. वो सब कुछ, वो भगवान नहीं है. कस्टमर भगवान है, राइट? लेकिन हमको ये भी देखना पड़ता है कि कितने भगवान अवेलेबल हैं. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. This is the reason why you should know your customer. मैंने आपको कल मैं बोल रहा था एक फिगर, which is not an imaginary figure by the way. I have worked with more than 700 entrepreneurs, registered companies. I sat with the founders. I've mentored them, coached them. और उसके अंदर से कुछ 5 करोड़ से लेके 50 करोड़ 100 करोड़ तक की भी कंपनीज हैं. तो मुझे एक चीज तो मालूम है कि कंपनीज फेल क्यों होती है. उसका रीजंस आपके सामने लिखा हुआ है. According to Steve Blank, 90% of the venture fail due to self-destruction and not competition. 90% कंपनीज कंपटीशन की वजह से फेल नहीं होती, सेल्फ डिस्ट्रक्शन की वजह से फेल होती. And what is the self destruction? Not knowing your customers. एक स्टडी था, मैं स्टडी का नाम भूल गया, बट देखिए उसका कंटेंट बहुत करीब है मेरे दिल के, बट मैं आई फॉरगॉट द स्टडी. उसमें क्लियरली लिखा हुआ था कि 54% बाय द वे 90% कंपनीज फेल विद इन द फर्स्ट 3 years ऑफ ऑपरेशन. ये भी फैक्ट है. जैसे मैं बोल रहा था कि आपको फंडिंग को अप्रिशिएट करना चाहिए, उसको सेलिब्रेट बहुत ज्यादा नहीं करना चाहिए. Because you are the future, I don't want to lie. I don't want to show you the rosy picture. It's a fact. 90% of the ventures fail in their first 3 years of operations. You know why? Study के अंदर साफ लिखा हुआ था. Because at least 54-55% of companies build products and solutions that nobody wants to buy. Can you imagine that? यानी कि क्लियर कट 54% कंपनीज तो सिर्फ इसीलिए फेल हो जाती है क्योंकि उन्होंने अपने कस्टमर को और उसकी नीड को समझा ही नहीं. तो जब मैं किसी को बोलता हूं कि भाई ओके, yesterday somebody was saying कि सर we'll start with freemium. सबसे बड़ा फ्रॉड फ्रीमियम ही है. प्रीमियम क्या होता है आप सबको मालूम होगा. पहले हम फ्री में देंगे सर, फिर उसके बाद में दे विल स्टार्ट लाइकिंग इट, दे विल पे. प्रीमियम इज ओके इफ यू आर मिस्टर मुकेश अंबानी, बिकॉज अगर मुकेश अंबानी साहब आपको प्रीमियम डाल के आदत नहीं लगाते जियो की, तो बाद में जब उन्होंने 300-400 रुपए का डेटा देना शुरू किया, तो अगर वो अंबानी नहीं होते तो वो इतने दिन पहली चीज तो सरवाइव नहीं कर पाते. फिर उसके अंदर इतने सारे लोगों का जो ड्रॉप हुआ कस्टमर्स का, वो नहीं बर्दाश्त कर पाते. पर उन्होंने सब कर लिया बिकॉज वो मुकेश अंबानी. क्या आप मुकेश अंबानी हैं? देन आप एक चीज से हमेशा दूर रहेंगे. गीता, सुनीता, अनीता, हर चीज के ऊपर हाथ रख के कसम खा लीजिए, वो है प्रीमियम. आप दे सकते हैं टेस्ट करने के लिए, लेकिन कभी भी उसको प्रीमियम बिजनेस मॉडल के अंदर भगवान के लिए कभी भी ना लाए. मार्केट वैलिडेशन की कौन बात, आज बात हो रही थी ना, वैलिडेशन क्या है वैलिडेशन। ट्रस्ट मी, आई एम एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, और मेरे हिसाब से मनी से बड़ा, धन से बड़ा कोई वैलिडेशन। आपको 100 कस्टमर ये बोल देना है कि सर आप बस बना के दे दो, हम ले लेंगे। मैं बोलता हूं जब ये कोई 100 लोग बोलेंगे ना, उसमें से 10 लोग बोलेंगे कि हाँ, बाद में जब असली पैसा देने की बारी आएगी ना, 10 लोग बोलेंगे कि हाँ हम ले रहे हैं, और उसमें से 5 लोग एक्चुअली पैसा देंगे आपको। दिस इज द रियलिटी। और एक सेल्स की बात हो रही थी, सेल्स मैंने तो, दिस इज माय 4th बिजनेस रनिंग, राइट। तो जब कोई मेरी टीम के पास में आता है, मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स टीम के पास में आता है, मैं बोलता हूं एडवांस फर्स्ट। मैं क्यों बोलता हूं एडवांस फर्स्ट? बिकॉज आई कैन अफोर्ड टू आस्क मनी अपफ्रंट। बिकॉज स्किन इन द गेम नाम एक लाइन सुनी है आपने? अगर कस्टमर की स्किन इन द गेम आ जाती है, उसका पैसा फंस जाता है, तो फिर वो कहीं जाने वाला नहीं है, आपके पास ही आएगा। बट आपकी सर्विस सॉल्यूशन ऐसा होना चाहिए कि वो आपको एडवांस देने के लिए रेडी हो जाए। आपकी रेपुटेशन ऐसी होनी चाहिए, राइट। तो पॉइंट इज वेरी सिंपल, प्रीमियम में आपको नहीं जाना है। आपको वैलिडेशन सिर्फ एक ही चीज से मिल सकता है, वो है पैसा। अगर कोई पैसा देने के लिए रेडी हो गया है, तभी वो आपका कस्टमर है। कोई आपसे बोलता है कि बस मैं रेडी हूं, मैं आपको पीओ साइन करके दे रहा हूं, फाइन, सारी चीज सब कुछ ठीक है, लेकिन रियल वर्ल्ड में सेल तभी कंसीडर की जाती है, कस्टमर तभी कंसीडर किया जाता है, अगर वो आपको चेक भी लिख के दे दे तब भी नहीं कंसीडर करते हैं। क्यों? तो जिस दिन मनी हिट्स द अकाउंट, दैट सेल्स, अदरवाइज एवरीथिंग इज ए assumption। तो मैंने जो पहली चीज आपको बोली थी लिखने के लिए, फर्स्ट कॉलम, राइट। नाउ राइट हु इज योर कस्टमर एंड हु इज योर कंज्यूमर। I am giving you 1 minute to write it quickly. Who is your customer and who is your consumer? If you have a confusion, raise your hand and you can ask your peers according to them who is your customer and who is your consumer. किसी केस में 1 हो सकता है, 2 हो सकता है, किसी केस में 10 हो सकते हैं। Why not? Done? Everybody done? सबने लिख लिया? अगर आपको सोचने में तकलीफ हो रही है तो समझ लीजिए आपने अभी तक जमीन पे पांव रखा ही नहीं था। दिस इज द रियलिटी। ये आपका पहला कदम है सच्चाई की तरफ, और मैं आगे आपको बताऊंगा क्यों इतना जरूरी है ये सच्चाई को जानना। व्हाई दिस ट्रूथ इज सो इंपॉर्टेंट। एवरीबडी इज डन? कौन ऐसा है जिसको अभी कंफ्यूजन है? रेज योर हैंड एंड विल ट्राई टू फिगर आउट। या व्हाट इज योर वेंचर? व्हाट इज योर आइडिया?
Sorry, I didn't understand. Idea.
You are writing your customer and consumer?
Yeah.
Who is your customer? Do you know?
So I consider maybe students are.
What is your product? Let's start from this.
Okay, like maybe coaching institute kind of thing.
What is your product?
So my product will be my yeah. The product will be
Will be
is
Thank God.
So the product is a success for maybe some exam. Like for example, CSIR net exam is my product. Like I will give it to you. Like if you join my institute, then there is a guarantee that you will get placement into that
So
particular
it's a product
institute.
or a service?
This is service. So the,
अभी भी पांव जमीन पे नहीं आया है,
Yeah.
अभी और ऊपर हो. ओके, चलो लेट्स से इनका एक कोचिंग है, मान लेते कोचिंग है.
yeah.
सिंपल सी बात है, कंज्यूम करने वाला जो पढ़ेगा, जिसको वो एग्जाम क्रैक करना है, he is the consumer who is going to study your material and everything. But अगर I'll tell you another example. I don't want to close your mind very quickly. See, I can be a customer and consumer myself because I have that kind of money. I want to upgrade myself and want to crack an examination. Maybe parent can be a customer, right? And if whatever you're teaching is like next level or post graduation or something like that, then a professional like me can also join. I can take the decision for myself. I can be the customer. So customer can be a parent, customer can be a professional, you have to write. And then student who is where you want to crack the examination can be a customer. और किसी को confusion है? Yeah. And one more thing before you say, I want this thing, whatever you are writing, should be validated by at least 2 or 3 other people. तो आप जब ये जो कुछ भी लिखेंगे, ये 4 चीजें आप ये 3 लोगों से और शेयर करेंगे और उनसे वैलिडेट कराएंगे कि क्या उनको लगता है आप सही है, तभी जाके. बिकॉज मैं यहाँ पे बैठ के बोलूँ ये वो है, सारी चीज है, कौन वैलिडेट करेगा उसको? If you want to validate it, share it with at least 2 or 3 other people and tell them कि ये मेरा प्रोडक्ट है, ये मुझको लगता है कि मेरे कस्टमर है और ये मेरे कंज्यूमर है. सबने सुना है कि कौन क्या होता है. अगर उनको भी वही लगे आपका आइडिया और वो जो लिखा है वो सुन के, then you are right. Yes, please.
Sir, we are creating a platform जो ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन मार्केट को कनेक्ट करता है. It's basically a clothing platform जहाँ पे आप अपने नियर बाय शॉप्स और बाजार के ट्रेंड्स देख सकते हो और परचेस कर सकते हो.
हाँ, पूरा बताओ. और
सर तो आइडिया बताऊं या प्रॉब्लम बताऊं कि कस्टमर और कंज्यूमर में नहीं आ रहा है समझ कि मतलब हम लोग रिटेलर वेंडर्स को और कस्टमर्स को कनेक्ट करते हैं बेसिकली. तो वी आर अ एग्रीगेटर प्लेटफॉर्म.
हाँ,
सो उसके लिए
कौन कस्टमर है और कौन कंज्यूमर है?
हाँ सर.
हाँ, टेलर. हाँ, अनदर एक उसी के पास रहने दो अभी उसका. चलो प्लीज गो अहेड.
The consumer would be the person who is going on that platform and trying to buy it, and the customer could be the retailers also and the people who are paying for the product on buying on the marketplace.
Any thoughts? Is it he is right or wrong or any additions? Anybody? Tell me quickly. ओके, चलिए हम बात करते हैं. आप एग्रीगेटर मॉडल पे बात कर रहे हैं, राइट? जो लोग अमेजन के ऊपर अपनी चीजें बेच रहे हैं वो कस्टमर है या कंज्यूमर है? चलिए बता दीजिए, आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा. बताइए जल्दी.
सर वो कस्टमर हुए उनके.
That's the point. आपको ये देखिए, आपके प्लेटफॉर्म पे जो कोई भी आ रहा है, राइट? पहली चीज तो वो कंज्यूमर है क्योंकि वो प्लेटफॉर्म को यूटिलाइज कर रहा है. सिंपल. अब कस्टमर कौन है? आपको पे कौन करेगा?
रिटेलर.
आंसर आपके सामने है. उसके ऊपर हम बाद में जाते हैं सेगमेंट में. बट
सर तो बेसिकली जो पे कर रहा है उसको कस्टमर कहेंगे और जो प्रोडक्ट या कंटेंट कंज्यूम कर रहा है तो वो कंज्यूमर हुआ।
आपका कस्टमर कंज्यूमर भी रहेगा, बिकॉज वो आपके प्रोडक्ट को कंज्यूम कर रहा है, उस पर आ रहा है, रजिस्टर कर रहा है, इजंट इट?
ओके सर।
जो खरीद रहा है, ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहा है, वो अलग है, लेकिन आपको जो पे कर रहा है वो कस्टमर। ठीक है, ऑल राइट। चलिए क्विकली मैं आप लोगों को, अब आपको ये पता लगाना नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या था, कि आप, क्या था नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, किस मार्केट में आप फॉलो करते हैं, राइट? तो आपके पास में कस्टमर हो गए, कंज्यूमर हो गए, अब आपको ये पता लगाना है कि आप किस मार्केट में फॉलो करते हैं, किस टाइप के मार्केट को आप बिल्ड कर रहे हैं, जिसमें हैं आप। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। कितना टाइम बचा? तो गाइस, मेरा वाला सेशन जो है उसको बीच में से दो पीसेस में कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज द नेक्स्ट प्रेजेंटर हैव टू गो, उनका ट्रेवल है। तो मैं 5 मिनट्स में रैप अप करूंगा, देन वी विल कंटिन्यू दिस आफ्टर दैट नेक्स्ट सेशन, ओके? बट आपको मैं क्विकली मार्केट्स बता देता हूं, देन वी विल कंटिन्यू लेटर। अब मैं आपको एग्जांपल्स कम दूंगा, बट एक होता है एग्जिस्टिंग मार्केट, विच मीन्स आप जिस मार्केट में जा रहे हैं वो मार्केट ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करता है, लाइक उबर, राइट? अगर हम बोले ट्रैवल मार्केट की अगर हम बात करें, एग्जिस्टिंग मार्केट क्या होता है? चलिए, जहां पर आपको मालूम होता है कि कस्टमर कौन है, जहां पे आपको मालूम होता है कि कॉम्पिटिटर कौन है, और जहां पर आपको मालूम होता है कि प्रोडक्ट और फीचर्स क्या है, परफॉर्मेंस क्या है उस मार्केट का। ठीक है, ऐसे मार्केट को क्या बोलते हैं? आज की डेट में अगर मैं एक क्लोथिंग स्टोर खोल लूं तो एग्जिस्टिंग मार्केट है, और भी दुकानें हैं, और भी कंपटीटर हैं, आपको ये भी मालूम है क्या बेच रहे हैं। ठीक है, अभी कौन एंटरप्रेन्योर है, कौन स्टार्टअप है, उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, ठीक है? अभी फिर बोलोगे नहीं ये तो, ठीक है, सिंपल है। न्यू मार्केट एग्जाम्पल देखिए, स्पेसएक्स का लिखा हुआ है, जहां पर जब एलोन मस्क ने स्पेसएक्स बनाया तो कस्टमर मालूम नहीं था कि अगर मैं लोगों को स्पेस में लेके जाऊंगा, स्पेसशिप बनाऊंगा, तो कौन मेरा कस्टमर होगा। ठीक है, कस्टमर के पास में कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, कोई एजुकेशन, कोई अवेयरनेस नहीं है, एंड और वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन क्या होगी जब हम कस्टमर को, वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन पता है ना आप सबको? नहीं पता? वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन यानी कि आप जो भी सर्विस या प्रोडक्ट, आपका जो कुछ भी है, उसकी व्हाट मेक्स योर प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस डिजायरेबल। अगर आपको ये तीनों चीजें ही नहीं पता है तो, और आप एक मार्केट के अंदर एंटर कर रहे हैं, राइट, या लॉन्च कर रहे हैं अपने प्रोडक्ट को, तो वो एक न्यू मार्केट है। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। रीसेगमेंट मार्केट। रीसेगमेंट क्या होता है? जहां पे मार्केट ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, ठीक है, आप उसकी रीसेगमेंटेशन कर रहे हैं, यानी कि आप कुछ चीजों को सस्ता कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, या आप उसके अंदर कोई दूसरे नए फीचर्स को उसके अंदर ऐड कर रहे हैं, राइट? यानी कि आप एक नए सेगमेंट के लिए, मार्केट तो ऑलमोस्ट सेम ही है, लेकिन आप कंप्लीटली नए सेगमेंट के ऊपर फोकस कर रहे हैं। फिर आ जाता है न्यू नीश। रीसेगमेंटेड मार्केट्स के अंदर आता है न्यू नीश, विच मींस, जैसे कल एक बात हो रही थी कि स्केचर्स ने एक शू बनाया, राइट? दैट इज अ न्यू नीश। अगर एक नई शू कंपनी आती है और वो बोलती है कि हम सिर्फ शू बना रहे हैं ऐसे लोगों के लिए जिनका फुट फ्लैट है। तो आप क्या कर रहे हैं, उस पर्टिकुलर न्यू नीश के लिए वो मार्केट को रीसेगमेंट कर रहे हैं। कैन यू गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड? ऑल राइट, गो बैक। ऑल राइट, सो फूड फॉर थॉट। पहले तो आप ये सोचिए, हम हर एक मार्केट के अंदर वी विल डिस्कस स्टार्ट अगेन सारे मार्केट से, बट कस्टमर कंज्यूमर आपने लिख लिया। अगर आपको ये बहुत क्लियर है कि आप किस मार्केट में एंटर कर रहे हैं, आप कौन सा मार्केट को बिल्ड कर रहे हैं या किस मार्केट का पार्ट है, काइंडली राइट 10 सेकेंड ब्लॉक जो आप लोगों ने बनाया, राइट? विल कैच अप। तालियां बात के लिए सिर्फ। All right.
We extend our sincere gratitude to Mr. Naved Ahmed for an engaging talk and providing us valuable insights. Thank you, sir. Now, let's welcome our esteemed guest, Dr. Sandeep Patil, Director of eSpring Nanotech Private Limited. We are honored to have Dr. Sandeep Patil here today to share his profound wisdom on leadership and insights from the design process to arrive at ideal solutions. Let us extend a heartfelt welcome to Dr. Sandeep Patil. I welcome you, sir.
Yes. Let's start. Are you ready? Yeah, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. वो आवाज नहीं है। और एक बार। Very good, because see, you have to wake up. So, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much, IISER Bhopal and the Bootcamp organizer, all the organizers who are here. As introduced by the girl, I just forgot her name. Just she told me just 2 minutes back. वही होता है जब आप स्टेज पे आते हो तो सब भूल जाते हो. So this is how, like, you know, I have been told that you have to explain the design aspect and the implementation into the product domain. But more than that, I heard about this bootcamp that there are not only the professionals, but also the students are there. So I thought it is not only the product that matters in the life, but also it matters how to take your decisions in the life. So the ordinary man who is standing in front of you, I'll just share my journey. And with that journey, you will realize that in your life, the decisions that you are going to take, it is not the decisions, but your background also matters a lot. So let's start with that. And the title of this talk is like, if you read in a better sense, that it says, create a brand. Create a brand. Why did you ask you कि बाकी आगे वाला आप पढ़ो? कुछ तो होगा ना रीजन, क्योंकि जितने भी लोग हम यहाँ इस
कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल में बैठे हैं, everyone has a dream, right? Somebody wants to be IAS, somebody wants to be an engineer, somebody wants to be a scientist. Everyone has a dream. Somebody wants to start their ventures, startups. Somebody wants to be innovator, right? Somebody wants to be good papa, good mummy, right? बरोबर है, सबका ड्रीम है. So this is how everyone has a dream, but most importantly, how many of us working on the path particularly to achieve that dream? So let's talk these aspects one by one. Can I press the next slide, or you will be there to help me out? Okay, so next slide, please. So see, I just said before what you want to become. And this is a question that I'm asking you. And I just answer few lines within the lines, within the code, what you want to become. So what you want to become, right? So this is in our parent, I mean like in our society, in our houses, whenever वो 3 Idiot movie आपने देखी होगी ना, उसमें एक बहुत अच्छी चीज थी, जब लास्ट में बच्चा पैदा होता है तो आमिर खान बोलता है, हाँ, इंजीनियर बन के ही पैदा हुआ, क्या बोलते हैं आमिर खान, क्या पूछते हैं उसको, बस. So this is very rooted in our society. So what you want to become? So we should add one. It is not only IAS, it is not only engineer, it is not only doctor. It is more than that. We should be an entrepreneur. We should be a businessman. So we should ask the parents like me that the pictures that is over there, they are my daughters. I just took a photograph and just, आपको दिखाने के लिए, थोड़ा सा आपको गर्मी के मौसम में ठंडी भी लगे जब आइसक्रीम खा रही है तो. So it should be like, we should ask them, you should become an entrepreneur. So considering that, the parents and the society should add one word, not only these 3, but more than that you should become an entrepreneur. Next slide, please. So as I was saying, an ordinary man giving a lecture. So why it is so? This is the, in this August gathering, this is very fortunate for me to give a lecture like the people who are sitting here. If they came across from the many places, many districts in India. This picture says, like, this is my village. ये 2-3 साल पहले ही मैंने फोटो खींचा है. अब थोड़ा सा अच्छा हुआ है. अच्छा क्या हुआ है, जो टीन के सेट्स है उसके ऊपर गवर्नमेंट ने के पॉलिसी से वहां पे थोड़ा बहुत कंक्रीट हो चुका है. बट द विलेज साइज इज सेम. This was just taken from my terrace, left and right. That's it. Okay. And in that village, the total population is around 1,500. And out of that 1,500 population, you can see 75% population, they are basically tribes. And who are they? वो आदिवासी लोग हैं, उनका एक ही काम है, सुबह उठना, खेत में जाना, जो भी कमाएंगे शाम को खाना. ठीक है. And 25% कौन है? वो हम लोग, जिनका काम एक ही है, खेती करना. जो एक साइड में पिक्चर आप देख रहे हैं, वहां पे मेरा छोटा भाई is my younger brother who is standing in front of me in the cotton farm, and still we are doing a farming. अभी भी मेरे पिताजी खेती करते हैं, भाई भी खेती करता है. So everybody is like, So why I'm telling this? Because the one slide that next to this, it will explain you what is the reason that I'm giving this an example. When I started my schooling, I started 2nd standard and onward because there was no school in my village. और मेरे माता पिता दूसरों के खेत में काम करते थे, तो घर पर ध्यान देने के लिए कोई था नहीं. तो एक दिन दादाजी आए, उन्होंने देखा कि ये यहाँ पे पढ़ नहीं सकता, तो क्या करेंगे, वो अपने साथ ले गए. जब मैं 2nd में, फर्स्ट तो गया ही नहीं, तो ऐसे पास करके आगे भेज दिया गया था. So 2nd में मैं गया, तो 2nd में 2nd सेमेस्टर के ऑनवर्ड्स मेरा स्कूलिंग स्टार्ट हुआ है. दैट इज हाउ माय जर्नी इज. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. So this is how from, one village to other village to other village, I could able to complete my 12th class in sciences, and from there, chemical engineering from University Jalgaon, and then masters from MS University Baroda and IIT Bombay, and then PhD from IIT Kanpur. So, why this story is important? Because everyone has a struggle in their life. अगर आप ये स्ट्रगल को देखेंगे तो यहाँ पे एक चीज और इम्पोर्टेंट है. जब हमारे घर पे मेरे पिताजी एक इरिगेशन डिपार्टमेंट में उनकी नौकरी लग चुकी थी, लेकिन वो भी एक ऑर्डिनरी पोजीशन पे, तो घर पे हमेशा ये होता था कि कुछ ना कुछ करना है. तो घर में दादाजी ने एक छोटी सी दुकान खोल के दी थी, क्योंकि उस गांव में दुकान थी नहीं, तो बाकी सबको बाहर जाना पड़ता था. तो मेरी माँ जो है वो 4th पास थे और पिताजी कभी स्कूल गए नहीं. तो उनको लगा कि ये दुकान चला लेंगे, तो किराना दुकान, it was set up over there, and she could able to run very well. Because of that, we could able to enhance our or improve our financial capacity. But in between, मेरे माता पिता को लगा ये कोई पढ़ने बिढ़ने नहीं वाला, क्योंकि स्कूल आधे टाइम जाता है और आधे टाइम तो जाता ही नहीं है. तो उन्होंने बकरियां खरीद के दे दी और मैं आधा टाइम बकरियां चराता था. This is a fact, and there is a book which is coming on me and my biography. You will read this, all the facts everywhere, how it is my journey, gone through. So why I'm telling this story? So there is always a force in your life. You just have to identify. So PhD and PhD completions. So there is a life begins from there. By the way, when I was in engineering, जब मेरा पूरी पढ़ाई मराठी मीडियम में थी, so in engineering first year I got failed with all the subjects, pass only one subject, that is a drawing. Okay, so drawing is an engineering drawing basically. So I could able to pass only one subject, all the subjects I got failed. So I went back to my hometown and I told my mom and dad, say, don't waste money on me, because it is very difficult for me to complete my engineering. And they accepted it because they don't know what is going on. So because they even don't know what is engineering means that time. So there was the, I started going to my farms, and one day there was भाद्रपद का महीना, जैसे अभी रेनी सीजन चल रहा है ना, इसके बाद श्रावण आएगा, फिर भाद्रपद आएगा. मैं बात कर रहा हूँ हमारे हिंदी कैलेंडर की, राइट. तो भाद्रपद का महीना था, बहुत धूप थी और हमारे खेती तब तक सही हो चुकी थी. तो मेरे साथ हमारे खेती में काम करने वाला एक जो हमने हायर करते वो थे, तो हम काम करते थे और धूप में से नीम के छाव में चले जाते थे. He said one word, देखो अगर तुम पढ़ोगे नहीं, आज तो अच्छा लग रहा है, बाद में यही चीज तुम्हें दुखी करेगी. Those words still in my head, and they're still giving me the energy to go further. And that day I decided, I went back to my engineering college, that is University Jalgaon, and I passed all my subjects within 2 months. I was started reading from 7 o'clock onward in the morning. Between I'm taking rest 2-3 hours, and I could able to read almost 16 to 17 hours in life, and I passed out all the subject with first class. So that was the force that was given, like कि कैसे हमें आगे चलना है. And I never went back, even मैंने कभी पीछे मुड़ के नहीं देखा उसके बाद. So I decided to do a PhD. I got admission at IIT Kanpur. During my PhD and research, I have developed some technologies, that is for the nanofiber technology, and using that technology, the venture I started is IISER Nanotech Private Limited for converting the lab research to the commercial scale research. So I'll give you the product, we will talk about the products also, but there is also again a story, interesting story. When I went to the Professor Sharma, former DST secretary, I'm a student of his, when he was professor over there, he still is a professor. So my PhD unke under thi. And when it was a time 2010, I just had a meeting with him, and we are discussing about the research problem. And he asked me in between, what you want to do after this? And he was expecting a very simple answer, and that is, ये बोलेगा कि कहीं प्रोफेसर बन के जाना है या कहीं पोस्ट डॉक के लिए जाना है. So I told him that I want to start my own venture. That is in 2010. So he got excited and like, he was just asking when you want to start. He just asked me when you want to start the company. I said, after you will give my degree, then I will start the company. He said, don't think about the degree. You will definitely get the degree whenever it is required, but you start your company immediately. And that is how I started my company 2010. तो मुझे 3 फ्रंट पे लड़ना पड़ता था. एक, जब मैं PhD करने आया तो मेरी शादी एमटेक में ही कर दी गई. So एक फ्रंट फैमिली, second PhD, and third one is the company. Okay, I ran this company from my lab for 3 years. So I thanks to my Professor Ashutosh Sharma, who gave me an opportunity to start something. So this happens for everyone. This is true for everyone. सबके लिए true है. हर एक के लाइफ में कोई गॉड होता है, कोई गॉड फादर होता है. ओके, और कोई गाइड होता है तो कोई गुरु होता है. They are always there, even in our friend circle also there. Okay, so we just have to take their advices and take your footsteps regularly. That is more important. Next slide, please. So next slide. Yeah, so background really matters. हमने जो डिस्कशन किया, background really matters. आपको कुछ तो बोलना पड़ेगा. ऐसे शांति से बैठेंगे तो फिर हम भी शांत हो जाएंगे. हाँ, very good. How many of you they are thinking that background really matters? Background really matters, right? So can you explain how it matters? Sometimes, some cases, right? But it is not necessary. Background should always be a good, right? It can be anything. Okay, so for that we have very classical example. Can you please next slide, please? हम जो इतना घूम रहे हैं इधर उधर, तो आपका कैमरा कैप्चर कर रहा है उसको, right? So okay, नहीं, so एक बैक जाइए. Yeah, so everyone knows this person, right? Who is he? किसने किसने लोगों ने विंग्स ऑफ फायर पढ़ी, रीड की है? Only 20%. बाकी जो है वो भी पढ़िए प्लीज. ठीक है? Everybody knows Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's background. कितने लोगों को पता है कैसे उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया पेपर बेचने से लेके प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया तक, राइट? सो बैकग्राउंड रियली मैटर्स. So in his case, how background matters? So see, I like this answers. Why? Because every question has a different views and different answers. You say struggle. That is one of the key of success. So he said, next slide. So he used to say, success is when your signature changes to an autograph, right? तो लाइफ में दो तरीके के सिग्नेचर्स होती है. लाइफ में 2 सिग्नेचर्स होती है. पता है कि नहीं आप लोगों को? कौन सी? हाँ, कौन सी? बैंक सिग्नेचर एंड वेरी गुड. एक चेक सिग्नेचर और एक लव लेटर सिग्नेचर. So how many signatures are there? 2? Okay, let's define the signatures also. Every day or every month, signature is same, but difference of the signature or definition of signature is different. The one signature that we do every day, that is for making the attendance. Or some professionals who are sitting here getting the salary. Correct? And one signature that we do at the end of the month to give the salary. Right? So what you want to become? देने के लिए सिग्नेचर करनी है, लेने के लिए करनी है? That's wonderful. So signature is same, right? But it has a different meaning. Yes, one is for giving the salary to others, then you start your own business. One is for taking salary for at the end of the month, that is, you are working for that company. Okay, this is how it is. That's why signature is when your success is when your signature changes to an autograph. So think in that way. That's why the title was Create a Brand and Transform Your Dream into a Reality. Next slide. आपके पास वो changes size change नहीं है? Okay. So this is the journey of my company. Okay. When I started 2010, we got many awards, many things in between. Then we could able to sell machine not only in India, but Europe, America, Russia. What was the aim? Aim is to create this technology for the large scale of the nanofiber fabrication, membrane technology. Use that membrane technology for the air purification. And I'll explain you how we could able to convert ourselves from machine manufacturer to the technology company. Okay, so why it is important nowadays? Every day, every year, or year, you always have to innovate in the company. And the basic example is our cell phone technology, right? Cell phone हर 6 महीने में change होते हैं. Okay, there is always a new thing in it, so we always go and buy it. But again, there is a innovation is something. Innovation that happens for the future on time, innovation that happens for the future before time. आप लोगों को पता होगा, एक फोन आया था Amazon का. कितने लोग जानते हैं कि ये जो आज टेक्नोलॉजी हम इस फोन्स में देख रहे हैं, Amazon ने 2011-12 में लॉन्च की थी. 3D कैप्चरिंग हाई पिक्सल टेक्नोलॉजी इन फोन, वो सक्सेस नहीं हुआ. It is a fail product. Why it is so? It was very early because we never adapted that. But today, if they could have launched, वो बहुत अच्छा करते. This is one. What is that? Technology happens before time. Now technology happening after time. सबसे बड़ा example है Kodak, right? And Nokia. There are many. This is the reason that we always follow the path of the technology in terms of innovations. What is required? जैसे सर बोल रहे थे, मैं नाम भूल गया सर आपका. So Navik ji बोल रहे थे कि like you have to identify the market. Today, what is important, creation and development, technology development is not important. What is important? Marketing and sales. बहुत सारी चीजें हम बना लेते हैं, लेकिन हम वहां पे फेल हो जाते हैं जहां पे मार्केट को आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पाते और मार्केट में उस प्रोडक्ट को ले जाने के लिए हमारे पास स्ट्रेटेजीज नहीं होती. We are very good at innovations. We are very good at builders, but we always fail, to deliver. And how it is, like we are very weak in the marketing. We are now started learning slowly. But again, we putting a very little time on that particularly. हमें लगता है marketing इस product 2-3 यूट्यूबर से वीडियो बनाएंगे और 2-3 अपनी वीडियो बना के डाल देंगे, किसी को बोल देंगे ये बोल दो वो बोल दो, हो जाएगा. नहीं होता है. You always continuously work on the innovation, continuously work on the marketing and the sales part. Then you can able to make a successful model. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Sales की अगर हम बात करें तो आज के डेट में हमारे यहाँ से फोर्ड की गाड़ियां बिकना बंद हो चुकी है, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम किया, फोक्सवैगन, कितने सारे ब्रांड फोर्ड के बाद आए और उन्होंने जितना मैक्सिमम मार्केट को भी कैप्चर करके रखा है. रीजन? सर्विस, acquiring the customers, delivering right things to the customers, right? This is what we need. Next slide, please. क्या हुआ? अटक गया? Oh, accept करिए उसको, allow करिए. नहीं होगा, जब तक होगा नहीं तब तक नहीं होगा। एक बार लगाइए। So go back. Yeah, this is a slide. Okay, just make a full screen. So what is the technology that we are working on? This is basically a technology called nanofiber technology. You can see this is the human hair, which is sitting on top of the nanofibers. So see the scale difference. The scale difference is basically human hair can cover a 50% of that image area. At the same time, billions of nanofibers are sitting below that. It is because the scale of size is difference. Smaller in the size, you can have multiple accommodation in between. If the size is bigger, you cannot able to cover it. So this is the simple way to define the nanotechnology. The moment we work on 10⁻⁹, what? The scale, nanometer scale, then we could able to achieve this, and then you work in the macro scale, you could able to. So what is the advantage to have this technology in our life? That I'll explain you when we have the product. But this is just a very simple way to explain the nanotechnology and nanofiber technology for the application point of view. So what you can do, like, fiber diameter, these are the properties when you reduce the size of the object. So fiber diameter less than 100 nanometer, high surface area, low density, large surface area to mass, high pore volume, tight pore size, make the nanofiber appropriate for the wide range of application. See how we are connecting the talk with the innovation, the talk with the product, and the talk with the background. Okay, so follow the trajectory. Why everything is important in your venture? नहीं जा रहा है. You have to sit. So this is the first machine that we have developed. The machine basically is very simple to create the nanofibers. When I started my venture, this machine I have developed for my own research. And I wanted to do research. When I built this machine in 2008 for my own research, in 2010, I realized not only me, but along with me, many PhD students, many MTech students, they could able to pass out with good publication as well as their research. Only one machine was there to serve more than 10 people. So I could able to realize if we are the people, only one machine can serve 10 people. There are many institutions in India, they need this kind of technology for their research. So that is how the understanding the need of market, we started this venture making this machine. But what was the idea? Idea is should not limited to the lab scale, it should be the large scale machine where we can create the membrane with a large size and use them with a different application. Next slide. So where you can use this different areas of application. So there are many. So considering that environment, electronic, energy, defense, health, automotive, building, and consumers. So these are the areas where you can use the nanomaterials, nanofiber technology, and largely today, health and electronic, energy, these are the emerging areas of research as well as, the startup future. So if somebody is going to start, there is always a window to work on the novel materials. So this is where we are working on. Next slide. Working on this particularly. So this is the invention that we have, developed by using our nanofiber technology. And how it was? So this was the N95 mask, which we invented 2017 and 18. So considering aspect of antiviral and antibacterial. Okay. So this is like, जब हमने इन्वेंशन किया नैनोफाइबर टेक्नोलॉजी को, हमने जब नेल्सन लैबोरेटरी से टेस्ट किया, तो जो मेम्ब्रेन है, that membrane has given us very good efficiency for the virus and the bacteria, that is close to 99%. So why this innovation is needed? This innovation is needed, like हर साल में हम एक बार बोलते हैं क्या, वायरल इन्फेक्शन हो गया, राइट? बोलते कि नहीं? ओके, लेकिन हम उस टाइम सीरियसली नहीं लेते थे. So viral infection, then we always, standing in front of the clinic, and there is always a time many people who are standing over there because of this viral infection. So what is the idea? Idea is to create something which will take care of the virus. Lekin again, this invention was before time. जब हम बेचने जाते थे तो बहुत कम लोग खरीदते थे. Why? अगर कोविड से पहले अगर किसी ने मास्क लगाया तो हम उसकी तरफ टेढ़ा देखते थे. क्यों? हम उसकी तरफ टेढ़ा इसलिए देखते थे कि इसको कुछ हुआ है, मतलब बहुत बड़ी बीमारी है, राइट? लेकिन कोविड ने हमें उल्टा कर दिया. जो मास्क नहीं लगा के आता था हम उससे दूर भागते थे. So this is the change in innovation, change in technology, change in product profile. That is how. So when we started in 2017 and 18 to manufacture this mask, we were in a very struggling position to sell out, because but why? We have only created this innovation for the hospitals, then other contaminated areas and all those stuffs. Then COVID happened. We could able to start from 5,000 masks per day to 40,000 masks per day. How this has happened? So like आपने स्वासा मास्क का नाम सुना है कि नहीं? आपने सबने जरूर सुना है, जरूर देखा भी है. गारंटी के साथ बोल रहा हूं. जब हम लास्ट स्लाइड में जाएंगे तब पता चल जाएगा कि क्यों मैं ये बोल रहा हूं. सबने देखा भी है और सबने सुना भी है. ठीक है. So how it has happened? So there was a time when we started selling this 2000, maybe just early 2020 when COVID started. I started getting call from many ministries, many medical officers and everywhere. So we had a very limited space to start. So what we have decided, my company is a spin-off company of IIT Kanpur. Okay. So, and it is an incubated company of IIT Kanpur. So I decided to talk to my director, Professor Abhay Karindigar, and our SISC, that see, this is a very critical situation. We are working on the mask manufacturing, N95 mask and other innovations. So we have to open door for the innovators and the manufacturers. So, won't believe the IIT Kanpur took the step forward. हमने जगह बनाई, वहां पे मशीन मंगाया. मशीन within the 2.5 months or maybe 2 months we got the machine, because there was no one to manufacture the machine in India. So we got machine from China within 2 months of time. And to get that machine in India, not only me, but our IIT Kanpur, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, everyone got involved to get the machine as early as possible. And we started within the 2 months of time from 5,000 to 40,000 masks per day. So this is how we could able to help many people, many hospitals everywhere. How it has happened? It is not only one that is working on it. It is a collective efforts. Everybody was given to that. So next slide, please. So by the way, that was N99. Then we created N95 because N99 तो किसी को पता ही नहीं था. Again, there is a problem आता है. जब आप terminology चेंज कर दो किसी चीज की तो कस्टमर को कन्विंस करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. सो N99, बाय द वे, N99 इज मच सेफर देन द N95, बट लोगों को N95 ही चाहिए. अब लोगों को ये कन्विंस करना प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है कि वहां पे एक आपने देखा होगा एक एक्सेल वॉल लग के आता था. हमें डॉक्टर पूछते थे कि हमें फिल्टर वाला चाहिए, पर हमें बताना पड़ता था डॉक्टर को कि वो फिल्टर नहीं होता है, वो एक्सेल वॉल होता है. और एक्सेल वॉल का काम क्या है? जब आप ब्रीदिंग करते हो तो बंद हो जाएगा, एक्सेल करेंगे, ओपन होके वो हवा आपके जो एक्सेल है वो इजीली हो जाएगी. बट it was very difficult for me to convince everybody again. But I took a stand that I will never manufacture this mask with a wall. There is a reason. And the first letter that I wrote to our health minister, and that time our Professor Sharma was जो हमारे हेल्थ मिनिस्टर थे, वही DST के एक मिनिस्टर भी थे, साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी के. So I read a letter that Excel wall is basically again highly contaminating factor into the environment, because if anyone is infected with the virus, when he is exhaling, that means he is again passing the virus into the atmosphere. Okay. The first letter, when I wrote to the ministry, and after that, within 1 month of time, WHO also declared that there should not be exhale wall attached with the mask. So you have to understand, the cases, like what exactly you are working on. And we never manufacture wall with the mask with the wall. हमने बोला आपको लेना है तो लीजिए, हम नहीं बनाएंगे. See, this you cannot play with the health, right? Next slide, please. And then we have created, the ventilator project of IIT Kanpur. Then we could be able to create the ventilator exhaust with the ventilator filter for the nanofibers. Then we have created, then we have created, this positive suction pumps where you can have the, basically HEPA, basically all of them using HEPA, but HEPA again has some limitations. Okay. What we need today, we need not only antiviral and antibacterial. What you need is the decontamination factor into the filtration technology. So here we have created something where you can decontaminate the virus and the bacteria also. So this is when people using, the suits with the positive pressure. Positive pressure suit में क्यों लगता है? आप सबको पता है? When you want to create highly clean environment, मान लीजिए कि हम इस रूम में बैठे हैं. अगर इस रूम को हमें अगर highly clean environment बनाना है, then what we have to do? We have to increase the pressure of this room compared to the outside. So any contamination which is outside, it will not come in. So similarly, this suit has the positive pressure. So what will do? It won't allow any kind of contamination inside. So what you need, when there is this kind of pump which is pushing the air from the environment, you need to have the highly filtered air to pass through. That's why we have created again a filter which is fitted to this thing. So please, next slide, please. Yeah. So हमने PPE नाम पहली बार सुना होगा शायद बहुत सारे लोगों ने. PPE kit, right? PPE kit. कभी हमने सुना था कि डॉक्टर जो एप्रॉन वगैरह पहनते हैं या जो कोट पहनते हैं वो PPE होते हैं. So it is personal protective equipments. Okay. So personal protective equipments में क्या क्या आता है? Suit, cap, gloves, everything, mask. So this is also one of the PPE kit, which is a gown, you can say, or maybe coat. So during this COVID, many of the doctors and the nurses and everyone, front line people, they have to wear it for more than 24 hours. And it is coated with the thin line of plastic. Doesn't have the capacity to pass the air in and out. So what we have created, the breathable PPE, where you have the nanofiber layer coated on it, it will disinfect the air, virus and bacteria will be killed to that, and he can wear for a longer time. So that, maybe multi-specialty hospital has that capacity that every room is air conditioner. Like, how about the government hospitals, right? The capacity is not that. Then for them, it's very difficult to wear it for a long time. So you can have that breathable capacity where in and out can be happen. Next slide. So it's been in media. This is only few, but we have got more than 100, news articles and many things. There are many articles on me and my life about, innovation related to them starting point and everything. Next slide, please. And then we got feature in Silicon India. It is before COVID. अगर आप देखेंगे ये 23 जुलाई 2017 का आर्टिकल है और उसमें लिखा है अब वायरस से बचाएगा नैनोफाइबर मास्क. So that time we did this innovation and it helped in during the COVID. And there are many. Next slide, please. We have clients. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So what is the motivation to do this? बताओ यार, कुछ तो बताओ. Okay, that's wonderful. What is the motivation? See, it is written here. So we are the society, and what is our role? Giving back to the society. Like, So that is how it is. So we have to give back to the society. And how it is, let's say, youth, आप कौन पढ़ेगा इसको? कोई पढ़ेगा? हमें पढ़े? हाँ? Hi, very good. Can you please read it?
35% of Indian population, they are doing well in their chosen field, but at the same time, they should also give back to society. Entrepreneurship is the best way to contribute to society in terms of economic and individual development. Entrepreneurship depends on the interest and passion. Our youth is talented and passionate. They just recognize their skill and make the best of it.
Very good. Without mic, आपका आवाज यहाँ तक आ रहा था. Thank you so much. So everything is fine. ये कहीं से हमने मतलब थोड़े बहुत वर्ड मेरे हैं, बाकी हमने कहीं से चुरा के लाए हैं. ठीक है? But what is more important? Interest, and this is more important. Okay. So that is called, like, that will change your life. अगर आपका खाना बनाने में इंटरेस्ट है तो नमक कभी कम नहीं होगा और ना ही ज्यादा होगा. और अगर नहीं है तो आपको मांग के खाना ही पड़ेगा. राइट? सिमिलर, अगर ये पैशन है, अभी आज का ये वीडियो है, तो पहले जो हमारे क्या नाम था उनका भी, जो जिन्होंने तलवारबाजी में फर्स्ट मेडल दे गॉट, हाँ क्या नाम था? 2 दिन पहले की न्यूज है, गूगल करिए. फर्स्ट टाइम इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंडियन हिस्ट्री द वुमन कॉल गॉट द अवार्ड इन दी. आप वो पुराने मूवीज में देखते थे ना, धर्मेंद्र और वो पतली वाली तलवार चलाते थे, हाँ? भवानी देवी. राइट? हमने तो आज तक मूवीज में ही देखा था. देखा है कि नहीं आप लोगों ने? शायद इस जनरेशन ने नहीं देखा होगा, लेकिन बाकी जनरेशन ने जरूर देखा है. सफेद कपड़े पहनो, छोटी सी पतली सी तलवार लो और उसके साथ खेलो. राइट? सो दिस इज कॉल्ड द पैशन. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. अब यहाँ रुकेगा. So we have seen the many transition of our country, and that is started from भारत, हिंदुस्तान, इंडिया. जिन्होंने रूल किया उन लोगों ने नाम चेंज किया, लेकिन what we are actually भारत. Right? So what you see in India, चेंज आगे मत जाइएगा. So what do you see in India? और बिल्कुल, और प्रॉब्लम्स कितने बोला? Okay. Next slide please. So many problems, right? Correct? Are you agree with me or not? See, everybody is agree with me. So many, you don't agree? Okay. I have the answer for you also. So many problems. If you have so many problems in front of you, next slide, then अगर प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं होंगे तो अपॉर्चुनिटी कहाँ से होंगी? हाँ मैडम. So that's why I'm changing problems to opportunities. That is the reason I see, if I say opportunities, जितने लोग यहाँ बैठे ना वो अपने दिमाग और खोल के अलग तरीके से सोचने लग जाएंगे. See, finding a problem is very difficult than giving a solution. That's why you always have to work on the finding the problem first and the solution second. Right? So I see only a problems. Problem means population is the problem, traffic is the problem, air pollution is the problem, water pollution is the problem. But I have a solution for that, at least for air and water. Right? So we have to work in that way. Next slide, please. So this is, खाने का टाइम हो गया. अभी क्या स्नैक का टाइम है क्या? Right? So you are the perfect sandwich. हम लोग थोड़े से बड़े सैंडविच है, आप लोग थोड़े से छोटे सैंडविच हो. Right? Why? Curiosity, creativity and imagination with, इसको कौन पढ़ेगा? आप ही पढ़ोगे? कोई और दूसरा ढूंढो यार. Okay, please.
Creativity and imagination.
चलता है, चलेगा. Yeah.
Creativity and imagination.
Very good. See, we are eating sandwich many times in a year. Why that stuffing is important?
For taste.
बरोबर. अगर हम stuffing ही निकाल दे तो वो क्या है? This is just a bread. But we Indians has that capacity. Everything is in us. Okay. What we need is the just a trigger in our life, just to get that put to the level of that. Next slide. So, see, when I told you, when I wanted to start my company, आप लोगों के पास time है ना? मेरे पास 10 minutes और है, ठीक है? So, when I asked question, I mean, when my professor asked me what you want to do, he was expecting a same answer like the others are giving. And what was that? That maybe I can go for the postdoc or professor, right? But I didn't choose that path. What was that? अगर मैं वो choose करता तो ये होता. What is this? Preconceived notions are the lock on the door to the wisdom, right? जैसे मैंने बोला आपको इंजीनियर बनना है, डॉक्टर बनना है या कहीं बाहर जाना है, ये करना है. These are the basically preconceived notions. Next slide. So these are this basically. I already explained you. Next slide. So we have been already taught, and what is that? Think out of the box. Correct? यही बोला जाता है ना. लेकिन अगर when we say that, we are again creating again one more boundary. Just try to think that there is no box. Your thinking is limitless. Next slide. Okay, ये बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल है. इसमें डिफरेंस क्या है? हाँ, शैडो डिफरेंस है. और क्या डिफरेंस है? क्वेश्चन मार्क. और क्या डिफरेंस है? बरोबर. I just wanted to hear the one answer, and that is this guy. Okay. See, think big, think different, be confident, right? So we pay to kill. मेरे पास कितना time है? Yeah. We pay to kill cockroaches and spiders. In Thailand, they pay to eat cockroaches and spiders. Innovation क्या है? Business क्या है? Business model क्या है? क्या है? अभी सर बता रहे थे we are consumers. और consumers क्या है? We will go and buy the hit and kill the cockroach. So that is not going to serve our purpose. Okay, remove that technology. Now there is a technology. So let's create a trap to catch all the cockroaches, make the pickle out of it, and send this pickle to Thailand. You have the business, you have the raw material, and what is there? Innovation is there. Okay? So next slide. And by the way, you will get money in dollars, not in rupees. Next slide. नहीं जा रही है? ऐसे कैसे हो गया? Okay, so there are only few slides. Okay. So this is, last, maybe to last slide, 2 slides only. I'm really sorry that there is something going on. If you are using a little more advanced technology, this happens. So success mantra, treat your school as a full-time job. ये क्यों कहना पड़ रहा है? क्योंकि आजकल हम आधा टाइम तो मोबाइल पे ही रहते हैं, राइट? Life always start with a question. Be realistic about the amount of work you can get done in given time or given period. This red line says, I think being realistic about one's own strength and the weaknesses is also important for being successful in the field, in a field. Okay, just say, see, when I got PhD admission, I took 2 years to interact with my professor. And what was the reason? The reason was the first thing I could not able to speak English very well. जब मैं उनके पास मुझे जाना होता था तो मैं एक प्रोफेसर नहीं वो PhD I'm sorry postdoc थे, he was also मराठी, तो God grace मुझे कोई साथी मिला जो मराठी था, तो मैं उनको पहले बता देता था कि मुझे इनको क्या बताना है. So we both used to go together. I used to start और लगता था कि मैं अटक गया, then he used to feed in between. Okay, so that's how I could able to take my 2 years to present myself in front of the boss. Again, I should not say this, but again, Professor Sharma is very high IQ person. If you say a single word, he will trap you in between. So you have to be very prepared. तो हम जब जाते थे सब कुछ करके, तो 100% में से हमारे पास खाली 10% की नॉलेज बचता था, बाकी 90% गायब हो जाता था. So we used to say बाली की गुफा है, अगर आप इसमें एंटर कर गए तो बाली राइट, और वो क्या करते थे, सामने वाले की आधी पावर. Similarly, so that is how it is. We were very scared whenever we used to go in front of him, but that made me to speak English at least to the level that I can stand in front of you. Okay, so next slide. Importance of the collaboration. होता क्या है ना कि हमारे पास कुछ आइडिया होती है, we always have idea, but what we fail, we always used to say, अरे मेरे आइडिया चोरी कर लेगा. Okay, but you will not explain to anyone, you will not get inputs. If someone wants to steal anything, they can steal anything. Okay, even though if you working very systematically or maybe with very hidden way, but it is not that way. So you have to be a very cooperative or maybe open to the people who are expert in the field and the other stuffs also. So maybe identify the right people to work with you, identify right people to speak with them. So next slide. So very important. So what is it? This is just last slide. So value of death. The value of death is basically whatever innovation that we are doing it today. Most of the innovation, they are not getting translated to the commercial scale, and they're getting died in the lab maybe or maybe somewhere else. And that value called the value of death. What should we do? What is our aim? Aim should be to make a bridge between the commercialization and the innovation and try to translate technology at least 50% or 70 or 80% to the commercial scale. At least our society will get benefited out of it. Next slide. ये वीडियो है, हम लास्ट में चलाएंगे इसका नेक्स्ट. आप सुनना चाहेंगे इसको? अभी चला दीजिए प्लीज. You just play. Click on that. Hello. Hello. So, next slide, please. Next slide, please. So, see, I'm like, future is a mystery, both good and bad can happen. One should not be intimidated by fear of failures. Think of innovative ideas and take the plunge. बहुत बार हम ये सोचने लग जाते हैं कि अगर हम ये करेंगे तो फ्यूचर में ये होगा, अगर हम बीटेक करेंगे इंजीनियरिंग में या केमिकल करेंगे तो हमें वहाँ जॉब लगेगी. लेकिन आप बहुत सारे हमारे आईआईटी के बीटेक डिग्री वाले लोग हैं जो केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग करते हैं लेकिन बैंक में जॉब करते हैं. See, so you cannot predict the future, what is going to happen next. It is just a mystery. अगर ऐसा होता तो हम लोग सब प्रधानमंत्री बनने का सपना देखते हैं, लेकिन नहीं बन सकते. See, so you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. What is important is that you just have to work and act. So actions will design and define your next goals. They are goals only. I mean, let's say if I'm going to set a goal that I want to become an 100 crore company, that is my goal, that is my future, but it is, I have to work very hard to achieve those goals. So it is a mystery again, okay? So next slide. So this is a very, we started with APJ Abdul Kalam sir, and now we are going to end between with Swami Vivekanand ji, और बोलते हैं क्या, उठो जागो और तब तक रुको नहीं जब तक लक्ष्य की प्राप्ति ना हो जाए. Next slide. So I was just telling this. Everybody knows. When our Prime Minister was wearing this mask during the Ayodhya Puja, that time he was wearing our mask. Why? See, this is the first time in Indian history that this height of people, high-notch people, I mean, like, like people like him, they are not allowed to show any kind of brand that they are wearing it. It is a, government regulations, but this is the first time in history he was wearing it. I'm a proud, and all Indians should be proud. Why? If there is an innovation happening in the startup level, institute level, there is not only us, but our Prime Minister also is breaking the protocol and show this innovation to the public. So, next slide. Thank you so much. Namaskar, dhanyawad. कोई क्वेश्चन मत करना. We are allowed to take a question because sir has another talk, right? Or we are allowed to have take a question. I know there are only 2 questions, not more than that. किसी को पूछना है कुछ? Yeah, see, one girl is there. Yeah. Plug it in. Just wait for a moment. आप कुछ पूछ रहे थे ये यहाँ पे see.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, I just read about the nanofibers mask, but it shows the one disadvantage that the nanofibers has bad porous structure controlling capacity. That's why the ventilation process efficiency is reduced. So, is this mask overcome that disadvantage?
So I need to know the source first. See,
No, sir, I just read.
no, you just read. So read is mean reading, I mean also reading many things. So I want to know the source first.
So, sir,
So let me tell you, overcome, why it should be overcome. So we are using polypropylene melblon in the mask. It is called also one kind of HEPA filter. Why nanofibers? So basically nanofibers has a very tiny pores close to nanometer scale. They often get blocked. Okay, but you have to make some combination with HEPA and nanofiber. If you HEPA use in large, बहुत बार आप लोगों ने जब मास्क पहने होंगे कुछ मास्क आपको ऐसे मिले होंगे जो आपको ब्रीथिंग इनकम्फर्टनेस आई होगी, right? And allowing you to take it out. So to overcome that breathing, this thin layer of nanofiber will allow pressure difference will be very minimal, air passes maximum. Okay, so you can able to breathe very easily and able to stop virus and the bacteria. This is my innovation. So you have to give me the source. I'll explain you again. Okay.
सर एक्चुअली एक और चीज थी, जैसे कि आपने बोला कि नैनो फाइबर्स में हेपा को मिलाना होगा या उसमें मतलब उसके साथ करना होगा। जब कोविड का टाइम था तो उसमें जब नैनो फाइबर की बातें हो रही थी तब ये हो रहा था कि नैनो फाइबर अगर हम इनहेल करते हैं तो बहुत ज्यादा इंजूरियस और हार्मफुल है। ये मैंने पढ़ा था एक्चुअली बुक्स में।
You are true. So if you are taking only nanofibers, then it is injurious to health. We are making composite of it.
Okay.
Okay, you can write to me, no problem. Yeah, thank you. Please, another question.
What was your motivation?
Okay, so see, I mean, like I just said, I was working on the nanofiber technology. That was my research area. I built the machine for myself. Okay, that's why I know there is a customer base, and down the line of 10 years, you need to make the large scale nanofiber technology for many applications, even biomedical. So that is how my education, which is a doctorate in nanotech and chemical engineering, but specialization in the nanofiber technology. Today in India, many of the researchers, we are getting machines from many suppliers. But one thing that we fail is that we are not getting proper scientific input, what need to be done with the machine. So with our company, we have that at least. It is not only that we are selling the machine, no, we are also giving feedback in the knowledge base, like research, what to do in the research with the nanofiber technology. Second, why I choose to start the company. मेरे mind में एक clear था कि मुझे professor नहीं बनना है क्योंकि I cannot teach. So I wanted to go as a scientist somewhere or start my own company that I started. Thank you. Yeah. Done. Thank you so much. Or quick question? See, I told you 2 questions only.
Ladies and gentlemen, we extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. Sandeep Patel for his encouraging and innovative talk. With that, with due respect, I request Dr. Mitrati Bhattacharya, Assistant Professor, Electrical Engineering and Computer Science Department, IISER Bhopal, to present the memento and certificate to Dr. Sandeep Patel.
I don't need this certificate because I don't know that. Thank you so much. Take my laptop. Sure.
Welcome, guys. Okay, we are announcing the teams. The teams finalization have been done. Even after this, if someone, I think it should not, no name should be missing, but still, if you have, just come to this corner, okay?
And this time, this is the final announcement of the list. So please see your team members very carefully. Volunteers, please make sure the doors are closed. Sir, please for 2 minutes wait so that you know the team. Okay, can we have some silence so that, and only the team members just stand up and start proceeding towards exiting the hall. Okay. Okay. So the team 1, Ashutosh Singh. Ashutosh Singh is there. Shubham Kumar Kurre, Eklavya Singh, Abhinay Dubey. This is team 1. So please meet your team members and you can exit the hall. Team 2, Chaitanya Rao, Sanskriti Harmukh, Ajanya Singh, Aditya Patel. Aditya Patel is there. Okay. Team 3, Soham Garge, Yash Nilesh Pimple, Adil Vinod Kumar Hassani, and Amit Karmakar. So I would request the teams to know their names. Okay. Sir, please interact with the team and yes, you can proceed. And team members, it's your responsibility to see your team members. Okay. Team number 4, Harshit Chaurasia, Prateek Pal, Aditya Kishore Singh, and Amit Kumar Sinhal. That's your team. Team number 5, Suraj Sanjay Patil, Leena C, Anshit Jan, Amitansu Patnaik. Okay. Anshit Jan is not there. Is it Anshita Jan? Okay, I think there's an error. Anshita Jan and Amitansu Patnaik. Amitansu Patnaik, any friend of Amitansu is there? Please inform him that his team is with them, these people. Okay, take either of team members' phone number and give him the number, they'll coordinate. Team number 6, Dev Umesh Bhai Dange, Harshad Dharmendra Rajput, Anurag Rawat, Arpana Sinhal. That's team 6. Team 7, Rajkumar Singh. Rajkumar Singh is there. Arushi Satpak, Arnav Sinhal. Ma'am, Arnav is your. Okay, just let him know his team, okay? Arun Panikar. That's team 7. Team 8, Shivam Singh, Vaibhav Shikhar Singh, Arushi Agarwal, Dilip Bhagwat Rao Radkar. Team 9, Abhishek Tiwari. Abhishek Tiwari. Okay. Nitesh Pandey. Abhishek is your team member. No, I mean, is he your friend? No, okay. Just let him know if you find. The name is Abhishek Tiwari. Ajay, you are Abhishek Tiwari, okay. Avishruta Das. Avishruta Das. Any team member, teacher, faculty knows this person? Is your student? Where is he? He's in hostel. Okay, that's amazing. He should be available there. But let him know, please. Take either of the team members' number. And the last name is Dr. Amitansu Patnaik. Okay. Team number 9. No, sorry, team number 10. Aditya Davedi. पंकज पाटिल, वंदना पटेल, okay, and Dr. Samrat Srivastav. Team number 11, Aditya Narayan Gehlot. Aditya Narayan is there. Any team member or friend that has come? Where is he, Aditya? He's sick. So he'll be available when? After the session, he'll be well. Amazing. Nice. Let him know. Poshia Radhika. Bharat Kumuvat is there. Dr. Nikita Parsai. Team number 12, Aditya Singh. Pramod Aswani. Bhavya Lalwani. Student. Aditya Singh, the student. There are two Aditya Singh, one student and one faculty. Is Aditya Singh here? No faculty. And your? Student is student. No, school, college is student. Okay. You are there. So Aditya Singh is there, Pramod Aswani is there, Bhavya Lalwani is there, and Dr. Prashant Kumar Shukla. That's your team. Team number 13, Akash Kumar, Praful Kumar, Damini Goyal. Damini is a school student at school or college. Acha, you are. Dr. Prasid K. Trivedi. Team number 14, Akriti Jaswal, Pratham Tiwari is okay. Devesh Jagdale, Dr. Rajiv Iyer. Team 15, Aman Sharma, Rahul Sani, Eklavya Tanwani, Dr. Rakesh Kumar. Team 16, Aman Singh. Aman Singh is there. Rajan Verma. Eklavya, okay, that's Dr. Suman Dev. When he'll be available, please take his number. If tomorrow is not there, please let us know, then we'll change it. He will not be coming. Okay. So team 16, please wait here only. We'll put another member, okay? Team 17, Anamika Sahu, Rajneesh Kumar, Gaurangi Patidar, and Jairam Dwivedi. Team 18, Animesh Mishra. Animesh, can you raise your hand? Yeah. Rapti Chaudhary is there. Anyone who knows Rapti? No one knows Rapti Chaudhary. Hanu Verma, Nand Kishore Sharma. Team 19, Ankit Kumar Ahirwar, Rashmi Maurya, Janvi Thakkar, Professor Abhijit Nagnand Netke. Team 20, Ankit Samsundar Lathi, Rishabh Didwania, Jiawal Upadhyay. You are and Rahul Patel. Team 21, Anshita Meher, Rishita Rai. Anyone knows Rishita? I'm asking, do you know her? Perfect. And still she's registered. That's really, I mean, amazing thing happening here in this boot camp. Jinisha Jejani, Sagar Singh Parihar. Which college is she your college mate? Who registered her? Who registered her? Who registered her here? Just let me know. ये जादू से register तो नहीं हो सकता ना? Physically someone has told the name. That's why she is registered. You all are from one college, right? Yeah. ठीक है. Do let me know किसने register किया, ठीक है? Team 22. Anshulika Jain, Ritik Chaurasia, Kanchi Anandani, and Sathya Praveen D. Sathya Praveen D is the teacher, I mean, college or school teacher. Okay. Now you can just note down the name. Sathya Praveen D. Team 23, Ashutosh Mishra, Riya Chep, Karvika Lodha, Somnath M. Kale. Team 24, Ayan Khan, Sagar Ganesh Chaudhary, Lakshya Sangwan, Sonali Bhulchand. Team 25, Ayush Pavaiya, Sagar Saini, Nidhi Patidar, Sukanya Dikshit. Team 26, Ayush Rana, Saket Joshi, Pavan Kumar, he's a school. No one knows Pavan Kumar. Okay. Jayant Mishra. Jayant Mishra is there? Anyone who knows of Jayant Mishra? Okay. Team 26, wait here only then. You have 2 members that are missing. Ayushi, Team 27, Ayushi Srivastav, Sanat Kumar Mishra, Pravan Dhakad, Pavan, and Dr. Samadhan Bhagwan Dahikar. Team 28, Dev Yash Namdev, Sandeep Kumar Yadav, Prithvi Chauhan, and Nilima Mishra Upadhyay. Nilima Mishra, she's a faculty, so you can check who's Nilima. And if still she's unavailable today and tomorrow, then let us know. Okay. Team 29, Divyan Srivastav, Satish Giri, Richa Singh. Richa Singh is not a school student. Acha, you're there. Rashmi Soni. Okay. Team 30, Doshi Jeet Vijay Bhai, Satvik Shukla, Rishika Karothia. Team 31, Fanindra Sani, Shalja Gupta, Ritisha Pragya Singh, and Seema Kadri. Huh? Which team you're saying now? 31. All are students. 2 college students. You are from college, right? You are from school. College. School student. 30. Doshi, Satvik and Rishika. She's there. Team 31, are we clear? Seema Kadri. Yes, sir. She's there. Seema Kadri, Ritisha, Shaljan, Fanindra. This is team 31. Team 32, Gaurav Chauhan, Shreyansh Bhatt, Roena Sandeep Banerjee, and Shivani Parikh. Team 33, Gautam Diwan, Shruti Kumari, Shaurya Agrawal, Sumit Bhatia. Team 34, Gyanish Bhatt, Shubham Shukla, Shreyanshi Rathod, Anil Kumar Tiwari. Team 35, Harsh Chandak, Soumya Mittal, Shyamli Agrawal, Archana Iyer. 33. Team 36, Harsh Kumar, Sudhansh, Sujoy Chaurasia, Swara Mehta, Ashish Gurjar. Team 37, Himanshu Kumar Mehto, Sujal Anil Agrawal, Tanishka Garg, Dr. Kusum Lata Soni. Team 38, Hiresh Mewada, Swapnil Gupta, Tanmay Gupta, Himalaya Srivastav. Team 39, Ishar Biohar, Swastik Prasad. Swastik, your spelling is SWA, right? Okay. Vaishnav Pratap Singh and Madhumita Mazumdar. Team 40, Ishika Soni, Tanseem Zoddar, Vedant Mishra. Vedant Mishra is there, and Pratiksha Sharma. Okay. Team 41, Kartike Pandey, Tejas Vijay Birute, Vijay with Tejas Vijay, spell please. Birthar, okay. Vijay, no, that's another. It was Tejas. Tejas is there, no, sorry. Vijay Virathare and Padmakar Mishra. Team 42, Khushi Seth, Utkarsh Rai, Vivek Meena and Bhanu Sharma. Team 43, Mehak Acharya, Vachani Rupen Rajesh Bhai, Miss Sudha, ma'am, what's your surname? Nandi. Nadei. NAD. Okay. we missed A. Okay. Tehseen Man. Team 44, Manish Kumar, Vaibhav Singh Rajput, Shikha Mathur, Aditya Singh. Team 45, Mohammad Asif. No, what are you saying? The previous team, Manish Kumar, Vaibhav Singh Rajput, Shikha Mathur and Aditya Singh. Team 45, Mohammad Asif, Vikas Saxena, Miss Kavya Shastri. Team 46, Mohammad Ashar Alvi, Monish Sadiza, Nadeem Ahmad Mansoori. And the last team, Sneha Gupta, Muskan Singh, and Ruchi Thakur. Now, are we left with some still few? All those who are left, please come here. This side. तुम्हारे में दो ही थे ना? हाँ, तुम्हारे में दो ही है ना? हाँ, रुक जाओ यहाँ पे। बताओ। राजकुमार सिंह है, आरुषि वो है तुम्हारी टीम मेंबर, अर्नव सिन्हल सर है और अरुण पंडित। हाँ, ये सर भी उन्होंने ना वो हैंडलूम वाला शर्ट पहना हुआ है, ऐसे ऐसे टाइप का हाफ हाफ सिन्हल ऐसे ही कलर का शर्ट पहना है हाफ। खड़े हुए थे यहाँ पे, आगे थे वो, बाहर मिल जाएंगे आपको। हाँ, अभी नहीं आया है तुम्हारा ना? नहीं, वो अंशिता है। एक मिनट, वो शायद वही होगा। अंशिता नहीं हुई, अंशिता जान को टीम 5 वो अलग है, तुम्हारा नाम नहीं है ना? यहाँ रुक जाओ, यहाँ पे रुक जाओ। हाँ, रुक जाओ ना, मैं डालूंगा। आकृति जायसवाल, प्रथम तिवारी, देवेश जगदाले, डॉक्टर आदिल भैया। These people. Where is he? हाँ, where is she? उसका नाम आ गया? आयुष नहीं, तो उसको बोला बैठी है बॉम्बे से। अच्छा, वही थी तो किसने रजिस्टर कर दिया उसने? तो उसको हटा देंगे ना हम लोग। और एक, हाँ बस काफी है, 3 मिनिमम है, हाँ बस। कार्तिक पांडे, तेजस विजय है आपका नाम? नहीं, वो उसमें कंफ्यूजन होगा। यार ऐसे सुन लिया करो एक बार। 39 हाँ, लक्ष्य, सागर गणेश, आयान खान। अरे रुक जाओ, पहले जिनका नाम नहीं है पहले लेट मी चेक कर क्विकली। तुम्हारे में कम है तो वो क्यूआर मैं दिखा दूंगा, उसमें चेक कर, मैं भी दिखा दूंगा क्यूआर। हाँ, थोड़ी देर बाद आज मिल जाएगा तो मेरे को, ठीक है? हाँ हाँ, कर दूंगा। तो यहाँ पे हाँ, किन का अनाउंस हो गया? किन किन का नाम अभी तक नहीं आया है? एक, ओनली 1 2 पीपल whose name are not there, right? आ जाओ। तो मैं जब when I'm asking please tell me ना, आ जाओ यहाँ पे। हाँ, 3 मिनिमम है, मैक्सिमम 5 है, मिनिमम 3। रुक जाओ, मैं कर रहा हूँ ना। आप 4 लोग का नाम नहीं है ना? यू आर अ कॉलेज, हाउ मेनी कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम दिस ग्रुप? कॉलेज स्टूडेंट 2 हो, आप दोनों। हाँ, आप क्या हो? क्या कॉलेज? आप भी कॉलेज स्टूडेंट हो? स्कूल स्टूडेंट ना, मतलब एक फैकल्टी हमको अगर चाहिए इसमें। आप 3 तो हो जाओ, एक इनका नाम लिख लो। नहीं, तुम यहाँ आ जाओ, तुम भी कॉलेज स्टूडेंट हो ना, इधर आ जाओ। आप 3 तो एक साथ हो जाइए, मैं एक फैकल्टी और दे दूंगा। यूथ राइट डाउन द नेम। नहीं, हमको इसको उसको नहीं करना ना, वी आर डन प्लीज, ठीक है? लेट्स डू दैट। यू आर रिमेनिंग, राइट? यू आर अ कॉलेज स्टूडेंट। यहाँ पे एक कॉलेज स्टूडेंट में आ रखा हो क्या? एक्टर के लिए हाँ और 9 मिसिंग हो गया. What's your name? Ansh Jain. Okay, your team is 21. Write down the names. अभी मैं बताता हूँ. हाँ सोनाली, मैं 2 मिनट में बात करता हूँ आपसे, ठीक है? अंशिता मेहर, जिनीशा जिजानी और सागर सिंह. जिनीशा JINISHA, जिनीशा और सागर सिंह, ठीक है? टीम नंबर 21. फिर वो अब वहां पे ढूंढ लेना, थोड़ा ढूंढ लेना इसे, ठीक है? मैं थोड़ा ये देख लूं. 7 में क्या नहीं मिल रहा तुमको? अरुण पानी, अर्नव सिन्हल. हाँ तो जब आएंगे तो यहाँ पे एक बार मैं दिखा दूंगा अर्नव सिन्हल कौन है. बस 5 So I think we are clear with the teams. There is team 26 can stand, team 26. Each minute. Pavan Kumar or Jayant Mishra, are they here right now? No, right? Tomorrow. Pavan Kumar school student. उसका नाम है अभी आ गया इसका है ना ठीक है मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ एंड जयंत मिश्रा इज आल्सो नॉट देयर राइट 26 Jayant Mishra is not there right team 26 who is team 26 team 26 if by tomorrow Jayant Mishra is not there, let me know. That's your duty. Don't come on the last day. By tomorrow, if Jayant Mishra is not there, in the morning, ask the coordinator, make an announcement about it, Jayant Mishra. Okay. And team number 28. Can team 28 stand? Team 28. Devyash Namdev and all. So your Nilima Mishra is unavailable today, right? If again by tomorrow she doesn't meet, I mean you are unable to meet that person, do let the coordinator registration team knows. Okay. Apart from that, all the teams are cleared now. The name bata. We'll be putting this entire sheet as again as a QR code that will be circulated in the WhatsApp group. For teachers also and for student also, so you can see the team members name again, just in case if you have missed. Okay, and from today onwards, this team is your entirely your responsibility to build up an idea, and we'll just see the team now on day 4 and day 5. So it's completely you will have to take time out of the sessions. You'll have to take time after the sessions wraps up, and you have to build an idea. So it's entirely up to you. And just for your information, at the ministry's end, top 5 teams will also be selected. So they have some added benefits. So I would request that please come up with really good ideas. The top 5 teams are identified in each nodal centers. So it's your chance to be, highlighted. So all the best and thank you. Do we have Rushita? We put you on the team, right? All the 3 people. So why? Acha. Rushita, Anupriti and Aditya. And all 3 of you will be in one team. So your team would be, I'm telling team would be team 47. Okay? It will be there in the list on the QR code. 47.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are extending a warm welcome to Dr. Geeta, a distinguished senior consultant at Vadvani Entrepreneur. Today, we have the privilege of hearing Dr. Geeta speak on the topic of design thinking approach to understand customers, identifying your customer persona. Welcoming Dr. Geeta.
No, it's not working. Hello. Hello, yeah. So I know it's almost a fag end of the day, and I see the spirits are really high already to wind up, not to listen to another boring lecture. So I will not take much of your time. Quickly coming to the topic, that is, if I may ask, what are the things that you have learned in last 1.5 days? What is that you have picked up? At least a few? Empathy, okay.
And then ma'am, design thinking.
Design thinking.
Yes.
Then always be user-centric. Okay.
Be user-centric, empathize with the user and know what
Okay, know what the user wants or the customer wants, right? And then target customers. Yes, we just started the topic, but Naval had to leave it in between. There's lots to understand about market. Opportunity, finding the opportunity. Difference between customer and consumer. Then
Not to be focused by funding.
not okay, never be funding focused. Market estimation, not yet. Not yet. We have not yet covered market estimation. Just very basics.
Interest and passion about whatever you are doing. You have to have interest and passion.
Great. Then what else? And yeah, it's an again, before I even started the session, I got 2 alerts that I have to wind up in 20 minutes. So if any of you want to clarify more on this topic, I am available here, but you are packed with sessions. But I'm also available post your bonfire and during the dinner networking. So whatever queries you have, you can feel free to talk to us. Okay, when it comes to customer, okay, we have understood, we identified an opportunity. I won't even say it's a problem. Then we validate, is it worth pursuing? Then we need people, we need customers who will pay and use our product. Now, how do I go and identify the customer? If I now come, if I stand here, I have a product. Can I see labels on your foreheads? Customer, customer, customer. No, no. Then how do I identify who's the right customer for my product? We are not asking you you have to go validate with your customers.
Moderator. If you're trying to find out the moderator so that we can easily figure out the.
Who is a moderator? How will you identify a moderator?
In the morning, yes, sir said we are talking about the college advertisement. So the students are the consumers, but the parents can be moderator who is actually trying to connect the institute with the students.
Got it, but how will you identify the parents, right? You mentioned the parents. How will you identify which parent will be ready to come and talk to you? Validate.
They get the data and they keep sending you messages that your child can offer this.
How will we know that these are the people who will come forward and talk to us? Don't we block the messages and numbers unknown to us? I can go. So how will you do? How will you identify? Marketing nahi kar rahe ho. You want to identify people first. Survey. How will you identify? Definitely depends on what product or service. Definitely depends. So if you have to identify your customer, you need to know customer persona. What is customer persona? If I talk about, say, there is a company which does eco-friendly wrap. Have you seen the plastic wraps which we wrap it around vegetables or any food items? But this is eco-friendly, sustainable, made out of beeswax. Okay. Now, if this is the product or solution, who will be their customers? Environmentalists. Very good. Who will always think about sustainability. Then
we just keep things office going people.
yes, those who not only office, any working who will pack food. Okay. Yes. Yes. And then mothers with young children. We are always worried about our children. Right? Now these are the segments. Now, how did I identify But only 2 out of this was successful for the company, which were eco-friendly, ones who look for sustainable solutions. And second were the healthy moms. The others did not even accept. So how did they validate? First of all, how did they define the customer persona? And how did they validate and finalize on these segments? Yeah, next. So you will understand by the end of this, what is the customer persona and how to define one. Yes, dear, next. Next. So when I ask you a question, how well you know about a customer, what would you all answer? Obviously 4 or 5, right? How, with what confidence you give this scale, this rate on the scale? Because you think that you know them really well. You know, understand their behaviors, their purchasing ability, what are their preferences, what will they not consider, what pricing strategy they are comfortable with. And if I glorify my product or solution, then obviously they'll take it, consider it. These are the assumptions that we make. But when we define the customer persona, very with a very structured format, we understand whether will they actually fit into my requirement, or will it be a risk for me to target the segment before I even evaluate the customer segment. Once I define the customer persona, my next step is to define it. That is how many and what is their CLTV. This is a term that we always use, customer lifetime value. That means one customer, how much value will he or she add to you or to your product? That means how many times they purchase, how long will they purchase, to how many will they refer. All this will add up to your CLTV. So I will not get too much into depth into all this. So any profitable company should always have the CLTV, that is the customer lifetime value, which will be greater than your customer acquisition cost. Have you all heard about this company called Mama Earth? Startup again. How is she doing? Extremely well. They also wanted to have go for IPO very shortly, but not considered. Why? No. Valuation was appropriate. Sorry? No. No. She's very smart. She got all the celebrities to endorse the product. And the products are really good. It's not just, it's compromise, it's really good. Because she spent a lot on her sales and marketing strategy. The customer acquisition cost is more than customer lifetime value. Because she did not identify the right customer segments. Yes, young women who are health, beauty conscious is her target customers. She spends a lot on the promotions aspect of it. Okay, so that is the reason why we say defining your customer is very important. So what customers look is, they are not really bothered about what solution we are offering. For them, it's their main problem, which is a problem. So once you identify an opportunity, also, after identifying the opportunity, what next? You will finalize on problems worth solving, right? Once you identify problems worth solving, you will start on the ideation. then you will work on the prototype. But when you're working on the prototype, the most important thing that you have to do is there a problem solution fit? Either during prototype development or post prototype development, you have to do a problem solution fit. So that again is a very deep topic, which I'll not touch upon today. Then once you prove that your problem solution fitment is achieved, then what is that you will do? You'll work on your MVP. And when you're working on the MVP, you will do another validation, which is your product market fit. You have a product, then is it going to fulfill the requirements of all the customers that you have identified in the specific target market? Okay. So validation is all about problem solution and product market fitment. So again, what's a customer persona is? If I talk about, say, Mamaearth's product, let me take that as an example. Then the customer segment, obviously, women, I would say even girls from 20 to women of till 50 is her target customers. And how did she define it? Based on the market research. A lot of beauty products or cosmetics that were available were not from natural resources. And if it was from natural sources, then there were a lot of chemical components in the products, because of which there were many health issues, side effects. And especially when they were also applied, say, it was a cream, a baby cream, then there were a lot of issues that came up even with small children. So that was the idea that triggered for her. And she came up and she saw that many others also of this age category are having this issue. And that is where she started with the market research and real data about her existing customers. Another important thing what she did was, which truly added to her success, is she identified the first 200 women and made them as a pilot group. So she kept in touch with these 200 women. Probably, I don't know if they also got some stakes in the company, that I'm not sure, but they gave her continuous validation. And these 200 were not known to her. They were all random people who will say as it is. So she didn't have to look out for people again and again to validate at different stages. So this was a very smart move that she did. So what will help if you have the customer validation so frequently, or if you define it correctly, is you will understand from their shoes what is the specific behavior. Behavior nobody can predict, right? We cannot predict the behavior of a certain individual or a group. But when you are in constant touch with them, when you're validating them with them very often, you would also understand the behavior, the patterns. And if a new product, similar product comes, if they stop purchasing from you, obviously they're not brand loyal. Then she'll also go deep into it. Why are they not brand loyal? What is the other product which is introduced newly is offering so superior that they're ready to switch so easily? Is it the quality of the product or is it the pricing of the product? So all this will help you to define the personas. Yes. Yes, go to next. So how do you define? One is your understanding, your market research understanding. Secondly is interviews. Direct surveys and interviews with your potential customers. And when I talk about validation, I ask people, with how many did you validate? 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever the number is. Where did you find them? On social media sites. Can you define them? No, because They don't know, okay, approximately they might even know the age or the gender. But above that, they not know any other details. We don't need to know the personal details, but at least we need to know what kind of a customer would consider our product. His age group, gender, location, if he or she is a student or is financially dependent or independent. And if independent, with what price range will they be comfortable with? Then most important thing is, what is the most important thing? Definitely their needs. Now, if I offer you this bag, will you purchase it?
First of all, I will look for what this bag offers me, what the value composition this bag offers to me.
Okay, good. He got a very good point again to discuss. Just 5 more minutes. See, see, there are different kinds of buyers again. That was what I wanted to come to the point. The first ones will adopt are your innovators, because they are so gung-ho about innovation. They quickly grab if there is an innovation aspect. Second group are your early adopters, who are always looking for new things, new technology, advance. If it's going to help improve his life, even if he's risking his money, they will definitely consider. Then are your majorities. Majorities like him, who will evaluate, who will observe the market. How many will buy? What is the feedback? Are they happy? Is this reasonable enough for me to invest? They are your majorities. And finally are the laggards, who will never even consider, or they will adopt your product at the last. That is a very important behavior you have to observe. And another important thing is, especially for younger generation, all people below here, below 25, 30 also I can say, you easily get influenced, right? Why is that? There is a big market for influencers today. Because of you people, you are their customers. So if some influencer recommends, quickly you'll go and buy. So how would one be influenced? That is also you need to observe. Okay. So these are some of the data points that we ask you to define when you're defining the customer persona. You don't have to take snaps, because this is what we will be sharing with you all in the booklet. Okay. Next. So this is the format also that we have given, how you need to define. So this is for healthy moms. This is for, again, a persona. I'll tell you, you can just, I quickly at the end, I'll share a story about a startup, how they identified this market and how they had to refine their business model. Okay, next. Yeah, this is also another example. Next. Persona details, yes. These are the formats that we have shared in the booklet. You can go through it. Yes. Okay. Go to the next one. Yes, this is the template. Okay, that's it. I think that's it. So go back to the healthy moms. So healthy moms, again, they were looking for an alternative for sugar, white sugar. They wanted to use honey as a replacement to the food of young children, because we all know, right, sugar is not good for health. But when honey, how does honey come? We have the purest form of honey. But what is the big issue with honey? Sorry? Huh? No, there's somebody who's already taking care of extraction. So that is not a problem. Honey comes in bottles, right? It's very messy. Do you all observe? We have to take a spoon, fresh spoon, it has to be dry. And once you place it, you see all the ants around it. So it was not friendly, user friendly. Then the quality of honey. Why do we most of the times buy only Dabur honey, even if it's expensive? quality of it, because we are sure of the quality. But there are also many others who give the most purest form of honeys. So what did they do was, this company is called Honey Twig. A young boy, I think he's just 23 years old, saw this huge opportunity. So he said, okay, if packaging is a problem, let's work on packaging. He sourced it from Himalayas, a small village from Himalayas, and they had very stringent process to check on the quality of it. Quality was addressed. So what he did was, do you all remember, at least I think our age groups remember, you remember the popsicles, the glass tubes, which we used to get as ice candies for 1 rupee, 2 rupee, and we used to relish on it. He packaged in that format so that it's easy to be squeezed. Open it, squeeze it, use it, and throw. He also identified 8 grams is what one person wants at one use. So he made 8 grams ka honey packets. Then he started approaching the healthy moms. Healthy moms used. Health enthusiasts, fitness freaks also used. But he saw the volumes were not more. Then he identified another segment. This was B2B segment. Which is the industry you think will use this, needs this a lot? In high volumes. Sorry?
Restaurants which are specifically for medical service?
Not just medical, any hospitality. When they give to the customers, it would make sense for them just to give the tubes instead of giving one jar, and the other customer might refuse to use the same jar. Hospitality was one sector, and why they are thriving today is because of another sector, which even it was just by chance that he identified them. He had not identified them when he was defining in the customer persona, but never late, but he was able to identify, and that was the aviation sector, aircrafts. So when we ask, why don't we use honey as much as the West uses? Though honey is a major food source for us, only because of the packaging. So packaging was what he addressed, and today again they're multi-crore business and they're doing extremely well. So this is how important it is for you to define your customer persona that will lead to identifying the right customer segments.
Okay. How aviation segment increased?
How aviation is, if I want what milk or tea, what is that we get? We get sugar powder sachets in aircrafts, right? What is the best health alternative? Honey. Why is honey not being offered in aircrafts? That is what he identified later. Any questions? 1 or 2 questions? Good. No questions. So we can wind up soon. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, I wanted to ask that you said that we have to identify a problem, and then we have to find if people have that problem and solve that. But how do you see this same thing for those products in which we try to induce that you need this? We try to induce a behavioral change in that customer that tomorrow he'll start wanting that thing. So how do we decide that we build a product that is in the future that is in demand?
That is the major issue with most of the startups today. When you start pushing the product, that is when you spend more on your sales and marketing. When you are spending more on sales and marketing, it shows your customer doesn't need it, but you are trying to push it. Are you getting my point? When you are pilot testing the product, once you complete your MVP, you need to pilot test it with a set of people. When they're very happy and they're willing to pay and use it for a period of time and refer you to much more customers, that means your product will be accepted in the market. Otherwise, you have to spend a lot. Which are the companies which are more successful, which don't spend on their sales and marketing much? The BMW is a long history. I'm talking about companies just born 3 years, 5 years. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, we extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. Geeta for such an innovative and enlightening talk. Ma'am had to wind up her session on a short space. Sorry, ma'am, for that. Also, we have to make a couple of announcements. A fully written diary has been lost. So if by any chance anyone found that, please hand over it to the registration desk. And now we are having a feedback and sideways session. So if anybody is interested, you can come forward and give your suggestions and feedbacks of the day. So we had a wonderful day today. We had 3 beautiful talks. So I wish somebody could come here and give some feedbacks for the day. Anyone, please?
Although all 3 sessions were very good, but one thing was very good, which I really got inspired, was Mr. Sandeep Patil's talk. Sandeep Patil's talk. And like he was so down to earth and grounded, and I was very inspired. That was very good.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words. Anyone?
Hello, everyone. Basically, I'm from science background. So for me, like business and entrepreneurship is like, it's commerce. It's nothing to do with me. I'm not related to that. But coming here broke many of those myths. Like I saw that you can come from any background. If you have an idea, you can pursue it and you can, work hard on it. And it's not that difficult. Only you need to have that passion. As sir said, Sandeep sir said that you need to have that passion and that perseverance, and then you will succeed. So I think that has given me a lot of motivation and broken many myths that I had in my mind previously. And I'm thankful for this boot camp for giving us that vision.
Thank you so much, ma'am. If there are no more feedbacks, we can wind up this one. So we have Nida to announce the next session.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that we welcome Mr. Vijay Kumar Gupta, a distinguished professor from PDPM Indian Institute of Information Technology, Design and Manufacturing, Jabalpur. Today, Mr. Gupta will be sharing his expertise on the fascinating subject of ergonomics in product design and development. Let us give a warm round of applause as we eagerly anticipate Mr. Vijay Kumar Gupta's enlightening talk.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. After a long day, this is my last lecture. So, how are you feeling now? Still enthusiastic or you are getting tired? Yeah, that is what I wanted to listen. You are being tired, right? And that is my topic today. So when we work with the products, for example, you are sitting for last 8 hours or 9 hours on this seat. How are you feeling? Uncomfortable. So it is uncomfortable. Why it is uncomfortable? There should be some cushion. Okay. Any other option? I support would be increased. Okay, so you want some rotations or some movements, right? One by one, if we speak, it will be big. Right? Okay, any other? Or you want to stretch your legs because they are folded like this or like, right? Any other? Structure of the seat, because it is only supporting the back portion. It is not supporting the spinal cord fully. Right? So if you are given this seat, you will be more comfortable because you are having the support at this portion. Okay? You are having some support, some cushioning is there. You are having the supports for your hand. And then you can see at a particular angle. Right? So your eye or the neck portion, it is being supported. Right? So, and that is what is my today's talk. So, ergonomics, what the word it is come from the Greek word. Ergo means work and nomos means law. So the study of relation between man and its occupation. So when we are working, for example, at present you are learning something. So it is again a occupation, student, teacher, right? So the relationship between the man and its occupation, equipments we use. When you are writing for the loan, the pen you are using, you feel that after sometimes your fingers will be getting. And that is why the number of designs have been evolved for the pen also. Right? Some cushioning is also given, some shapes are also given, triangular shape, circular shapes and other shapes. And environment. If this AC is off, in this room, this AC is off. Outside temperature, today it is a pleasant temperature because it is raining. But maybe few days back, it was outside 45 degrees. And you are sitting in this hall without AC. You cannot sit for long time. So the environment, so main and relationship, it's a relationship with the occupation, equipment, environment, and particular application with the anatomy, our human anatomy. If I have to work, for example, I have to tight some screw at this height. You might have, some of you might have done screwing at your homes also. And when you do at this posture, when you do screwing at this postures, you will see that there are different type of tiredness you will be getting. Right? So that is what is the anatomy. Human anatomy is important. You said that we are sitting for the long time and then we can't move our legs or that. That is the biological aspects we have to consider in this. Right? Then physiological and psychological aspects also comes into. If I am repeating the same thing number of times, it becomes boring to you. Right? If there is a sound from the surrounding, if I am giving the lecture and then I get some sound from the outside, it is my habit that I stop the lecture, let it cool down, and then I start. So all these aspects are learned in the ergonomics. So the objectives to identify the basic cause related to human factors. Ergonomics, generally we call it in other terms the human factors in product design. So we are considering the main is the user. It can be the worker who is working, because at product design you will be requiring this ergonomics at both the ends. When you are manufacturing your product, the work conditions should be human friendly. So that is one aspect. And then when you had manufactured your product, the product should also be the human friendly. This remote, it is given a particular shape because I can easily grasp it. I can easily use it. These two buttons, they are just the push button. We can easily, with the help of my thumb, I can easily push it. And the position is that I am holding it here and then its position is here. So I can easily do. I don't need to stretch my thumb, or I have to know. I don't need to fold it like this. If it is here, I have to fold my thumb. If these buttons are placed at this place, I have to stretch my thumb. And that is uncomfortable. So there is a proper position of this, which is helping me to move the slides. So human factors by which the efficiency of main machine is impaired. So the factors which are affecting the working of the humans, we consider them. To provide the better working condition. If working conditions are better, obviously our efficiency, productivity will be enhanced. To create adequate facilities to reduce or eliminate the stress, fatigue, and failures. Stress, everyone know, when we are using something, a load is to be lifted, we feel that there is some hope, stretching is coming in our hand. So that stretch is basically stress which is being developed. If I am performing a task number of times, for example, I am asked to move up and down on these stairs. These are only 3 stairs. But if I move up and down for 10 times or 20 times, I will be feeling that I am getting fatigue. Means my energy level is going down. So that is what is the fatigue. Then failures, we know everyone, failures are always there in that. So ergonomics tries to overcome these problems. That is what is the objective of the ergonomics. And then obviously to provide comforts and make the job easy. That is what we. So I can skip this actually. These are some of the musculoskeletal disorders. Human beings, what are the parts which are being affected when you are working? Particularly, this is more related to the industries. So it is based on some survey which was conducted in USA in year 2014. It is a very old slide, but it gives a sufficient idea that the disorders are mostly 17.3% disorders are happening in the back. Upper extremities, it is 30%, our upper body parts. We divide our body into 2 basic things. One above the back and below the. So lower and upper extremities. That is what we consider. So upper extremities, it is 30%, and lower extremities, it is slightly less. And in the head part, it is 7.3% and others basically. So these are the limbs or body parts which are being mostly affected during the working. And based on that, basically ergonomics designs have been developed. So it depends upon why these are happening, because of the work position and postures. I'd already given the example that if I have to work like this, in this position, I don't have any support, and then you will be facing the problem in the lower part. If I have to screw at the above my head, I will be facing problem in my upper part. So that is what is the work postures. And if you can overcome these problems, your efficiency will be enhanced. And finally, your customer also, if you can give the product such that he can use it in very comfortable position, the marketing of your product will be enhanced. Then the how often the task is performed. I had already given the example of the stairs, number of times I have to move up and down, and level of required effort and duration of the task. I am given this remote only. It is very lightweight. There is no problem. But if I am asked to keep it in this position for 10 minutes, you very well know that after within 10 minutes, this will become heavy to us. Whoever is using it, it looks like that it is some kg of load. So that is what is the level of required effort and duration of work. Right? So these are some neutral portion. This is the neutral portion. We generally try to keep our body straight. That is the neutral. If I bend it, back flexion, it will start straining in this back portion. If I take it like this, for some time you will feel that at present because you are sitting in this posture. If you take like this, you will feel comfortable. But after some time, you will get getting strain again. Right? So that is what is the back extension. Then twisting about the waist. I perform this task. And performing this. Yoga, we say that yoga is good, but it is done for some minutes only, short time only. That is why it is giving us relaxation. Basically, if I am working in this portion, I perform this task, it will be giving the relaxation. So what we are doing with the yoga is that we are relaxing the stress which is already being developed. But if I perform the same task for a longer duration, it will become another problem too. These are some examples of the conditions. Here you can see the hand. When it is cutting, you have to keep it like this. So there is a bending of the wrist. In this case, the load is being lifted and then it is transferred. So when we are transferring it from one person to another, there will be some twisting happening. Here, there is a particular posture which is being done, and then you have to push it. Here, it is the overhead work you are doing above the head. Have you seen the shopkeepers, Kirana shopkeepers? They are keeping above the head. And how they are removing that? They use some stick. Right? So they will have a stick that will pull it and then catch it. So instead of stretching, we can use that type of stick. And that will help. Right? This is my two hands are in this position. Stretch one hand, and if we are working when our hands are near, it is always comfortable. When we stretch both of them then it becomes more, posture is more tiresome basically. Right? Lifting the bulky loads. So, and this is you might have seen the drums being transferred from one place to another. Right? Here some welding work is done. You might have seen another example. Nowadays, when the roads are being paved, the worker is doing some drilling or they are using some hand. So the whole body will be vibrating. The vibrations are transferred. When you are moving in the car, why we require the shock absorber in the car? Because the road conditions, road irregularities, they are being transferred to the cabin. When we are moving, we want that we should be comfortable, means the vibrations should not be transferred. So that is the risk factors which are involved in the industries. Right? You can see many examples in this book, which is being published. You can refer this book. The whole book is published on the principle of this ergonomics, basically, and how you can determine the postures, how tiresome, how you can perform the experiments, that whether this task will be tiresome or not. This video gives you some idea about that. Because time is not much, so I am not giving you details of this. So what we are trying to do is that for usability, evolution of design, we require the human machine systems. And then human machine interaction is the one of the factors in this, where this ergonomics. Right? So why is ergonomics important in product design? Obviously, we require the comfort, we require the safety, we require the age of use, and then we want to enjoy the work. If we are able to perform the work with enjoyment, it will come. For example, I am giving a boring lecture here. Instead of that, I show you some video. That becomes more interesting. Right? So these are some, I am taking few examples how we can reduce the human straining or the human discomfort and how we can improve the comfort in the products. So here, this is an example where a crimping tool is used for keeping the medication vials. When you go for giving the tasting of the blood, you go there. So when blood is taken, they will transfer it to the tube, and then that tube is to be kept. Right? So in this example, this crimping was performed by this tool, handheld tool. It is just like we are performing the task like this. Crimping, you might have used the stapler. So stapler, we keep something and then we are punching. So it is similar to that. Means we are using the lever for performing with less efforts. We can apply more force, right? But in this, if you see this hand, it is stressed. It is twisted and stressed. Right? So to come out with the solution of this, some electrical equipment, electrical motor-based equipment was made. Here you can see. And you can see the posture of the hand. Instead of using two hands, we are using only one hand. This one is able to, we are able to easily grasp it. There is no twisting or bending of the wrist. So this can improve the ergonomics. This is an ergonomic design of this old product. What is this pipette, you know? Nowadays, because what happens is that because of these competitions, most of the students, they don't perform this chemistry test. You go only at the end, they will show something and they will ask that, well, what is this and like that, right? Okay. But when we were young, we were in 12th class, we have to perform this task that you have to measure 5 ml of this chemical and like that. So that is what is being done. You have to use some tool. This button is pushed by thumb, and then you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Likewise, these many drops of the liquid you have to. Right? So here also, you are using two hands. They are at some distance because this length is particular. The diameter is very less, and you require the 1 by 1, the drop is to be. So that means the inner diameter is very less. So for a liquid for 5 ml, you require this much of length. So length is large, so I can't do. Okay. And then to overcome these problems, this solution has been proposed. So you are having some thumb here, right? Thumb and grip force to operate and move the shorter tip of a rotor. Here the liquid is in this portion and you just do pumping action just like, and then you will be getting this. Right? This is the, if you had gone to dentist, you might have seen this. Right? So they have to remove the plaque. For that, they require some grinding and then they have to suck. So water is also required, suction is also required by them. So previously this was there. This is for the spray of the water, and this was used for the suction purpose. Now it has been combined. So both the task has been, and it is become very simple. Right? So these are few examples, design examples, where ergonomics has been used with some technology enhancement. Right? What is this? This is a wheelchair. But what is happening is that if the person is sitting, it requires someone else, basically the helpers, to lift, stand up. So why can't this type of chairs be made? They will automatically lift the person. If you press one button, it will be lifted, stand up. IIT Madras has also developed similar type of equipment. Some 2 years back they had developed, and it was in the newspapers. So how to overcome the problems? Some more examples basically. What you see here in this case. What is some assembly is going on? What is the change from right to left, left to right? The person or the worker who is working, its height is different. Right? Now, if we ask this person to come here and work, it will be difficult. Right? So what is done? We place some platform below that, and then we make the height. Generally, our body requires that our height is just this height, then we can easily assemble. Right? If it is lower than that, we have to bend. If it is above, we have to bend, flexion, and then this extension case. So we have to take care of these things in our work design. Right? Here, what is the do you see? Bend. This table horizontal is there, then this is inclined. Why it is being inclined? It will automatically slide. So you are using the gravity to move it. You don't require to pull it first thing, right? What will happen is that suppose this is horizontal, this table, and this piece you have to bring it here and then do some work. It may be painting, it may be some drilling or some other task. First, you have to pull it. So for pulling to this position, I have to bend my portion like this and then I have to pull it. Right? But if it is inclined, it will, by use of gravity, it will be automatically sliding. And when it is coming to this position, you can easily perform the task. Right? Here, what is being used? pushing is there. That is the block. This is a generally cylindrical block, which the engine block basically. So it is being pushed. But how it is becoming economically designed? These rollers are there, right? So over the roller, when I push it, the friction will be less. So efforts applied will be less, right? So maybe I can skip this. These are the postures I was taking. These are the hazards, basically, that they produce the strain in the human body. So working over the height, just like this. So you are tightening this nut somewhere at the right. You are placing the objects at some height. So here also, not at this height, you are placing it at this height. So this again, right? These canes are to be placed. Right? So they are introducing some type of strain in the body. How to overcome these problems? Maybe. So for example, this. How I can overcome this problem? I have to place it at some height. Yeah, we can place some stool, or we can have this something attached to the vehicle itself, a step attached to that. You might have seen these SUVs. They provide this. So you have the steps to climb and then get inside. Right? So that is one example. This one. You can have this type of support, this type of support. Those who has gone into the libraries generally you will get this type of stool or the stairs. Then this example I had already taken. If height is there, we can use some pick sticks for this. Another thing we can do is we can take help of this gravity. So I can make the stakes. One is here, another is here, and like this. And then as the work is done here, automatically this will be coming down and like. So we can make it like this. Use gravity feed rakes. Other way is that we can use this forklift, portable forklift. Right? So this is basically above head or above our up shoulder. When we are working, we can use these techniques to overcome. Then another body stretching position is our neck. So you can see, if I am assembling something, I have to keep my posture like this. That means my neck is inclined. Comfortable position is up to few degrees only. So working with the neck or back bend forward more than 30 degrees for more than 2 hours per day. General shift for the industry, assembly, if you have to do, it will be only, mostly it will be 8 hours of the working. So according to the study, basically these ergonomic studies have been made, and it has been identified that if you are bending your neck more than 30 degrees for 2 hours, continuously 2 hours, you will start getting some problems. Yeah? So this is another. Here, only neck is there. Here, whole back is being bent. Then I had already taken this example I initially shown, squatting. Right? So this posture, without any support, we are sitting in this position. And if you are working for longer period, maybe more than 2 hours per day, it will start creating problems in the body. This is a kneeling. The mechanics, you might have seen, they generally work in this position. So knee position, knee is on the ground, and then they are working. Maybe one knee or both the knees on the ground. This is known as the kneeling posture. Right? So again, kneeling for more than 2 hours per day, it is always a problematic. So how to overcome? I need not to bend. I can have this type of arrangement. So as the load is removed, automatically it will be going up. A spring is there. So when sufficient load is there, it will be this. For example, 3 stakes are there. It will be down. So it will be at this position, uppermost. When I lift it, it will move up. You know, most of you will be from the science background, or the force F equal to Kx. Right? So gravity force, weight, mg, Kx. So Kx will be multiplied according to that. So and then you can design. So instead of bending our posture, basically, what we can do, we can use the gravitational principle to help like this. Here, the same forklift truck I told you, that can be used. So we can have forklift and then what it is lifted, depending upon the. Now, instead of this also, we had seen in the previous example where there was one horizontal and then tilted one. So instead of performing the task like this, what you can do, you can tilt it and then you can easily remove the carpentry. So these are the examples how you can reduce the human discomfort. Maybe I have some, this is there. Now this something is here, I have to perform. I don't want to bend. Then what I can do is I can make this length larger. Use the longer tools to perform the same task. Right? If you don't have any other choice, you don't have choice of having the forklift or the spring-based platform or longer tool, how we can reduce the discomfort? Any idea? We don't have any other options now. Then any idea how we can reduce the discomfort? They are working in this position, so they don't have any option basically. Something is to be done at this position, basically. Some repair work they are doing, for example.
Just repeatedly, like 1 minute rest every 5 minutes.
That means the time will be more. For the same job, the time will be more. Any other option? What we do, suppose I have to work something in this position. Yeah. But it is to be repaired at this position, so they can't take it up. Yeah. But it is fixed with the something. Maybe some pillar is there. High mask you might have seen. High mask is there, right? So they bring it down and then you have to repair that. So that you can't take. Right? Someone here is first. You were saying something? But stools, the height is not adjusted. They have to work at this side. You can see the height. So stool means the body will be more. Yeah, one leg. When we feel discomfort, what we do? We change our posture. So I am standing on this. Sometimes this. And when this position is there, I am like this. Maybe I take this position. I take this posture. I may be working like this. Keep on rotating the postures. Right? And that gives you comfort. Because sometimes you don't have alternate, you have to identify how to perform. Right? Then coming to this was about the lower limb. Right? Coming to the upper limb portion, means our hand portions in there. So you can see it's gripping 4.5 or more kg of force for 2 or more hours per day. It is always task. Similarly, in this example, if I have to pick something like this, pinching and then transferring, even the newspaper, if you have to pick and then take it for longer, you will feel this. And some work, something is to be built and all that. So these are the examples where you have the awkward grips, gripping problems are there. This is the twisting and all that, right? So pinching 1 or more kg of weight or 2 or more kg of force for continuously 2 hours per day, that creates the problems. So how to overcome this? You can hold it, if you can hold it horizontally instead of vertically, it is better. Otherwise, you can use some gloves and then grip is necessary basically. So you might have seen instead of smooth surfaces, we make some rough surfaces. So grip will be increasing. Yeah. That is good idea basically. So you make a clamp which is clamping the sheet, and then we are having something which is having the handhold, we can just like surface. Right? So that is what we have to do. Right? So use don't pinch grip postures, use ergonomically designed tool sets just like this, or use task. If no alternative is there, you have to keep on rotating the job or task. That is the last alternative you have. Right? Similarly, some more rotating same motion for more than 2 hours per day with the hands, wrist, or elbows, shoulders, or neck. Yeah. So yeah. So that is why I told that the manufacturer of the pen, they thought on this and then they designed various alternatives. Right? Then this is one of the common thing in the, everyone uses the computers now. So continuously sitting for and keying for more than 4 hours per day, that is not good ergonomically. So what do you require? You require this hand to be given some rest, means some support is to be given. Then this hand should not be twisted. So ergonomically designed keyboards and workspace is required. Then at the same time, this eye inclination, that is also required, because if it is lower eye, then you have to bend either the neck. So you have to overcome this problem. Workspace design. So arrange work to avoid unnecessary motions. Let power tools and machinery to do the work. Take stress position. This is what you get when you are seated. This is the zone basically, which is the very comfortable zone. This is the stretching zone. I have to fully stretch it. So that is to be avoided. You always try to work in this intermediate. So try to design your product so that the working is in this zone. Right? This is what I have given support, but this support should not be at the edge. This support should be given so that you will get full support. Single point or single line of contact, it always creates problems. Instead of that, a surface is to be given and then you will be getting. The pushing with the hand should be always avoided. So you make alternative arrangement for it. One place, sometimes the people use the hand to pressurize something. So that is. Right? So you have to design the tools like this. Length piece, which is adjustable. Then crimping tools. So that instead of single point, we have the moment arms are being made and then we can use it. Right? Or you can use some other alternatives like automation devices, robots, or motorized tools. That will always help you. Right? You can use this type of supports. So localize pressure on body part, pad table edges or use table desktop with rounded edge. Instead of the sharp edge, try to make the surface particularly edge rounded. If you see these chairs handle, they are having a small curve. Because the sharp edge means I will be getting a single line of contact. And that will be making pressure at a particular point only. Why these sharp edges are creating problem? Because they are making the pressure at a particular line or particular point only. Instead of that, if I have the surface in contact, then this load will be distributed over the surface. You know the pressure is F upon area. So you can take help of that. Right? So this round edge, right? This is the portion, instead of keeping the keyboard horizontally, tilt it slightly. So what will happen when we are typing? Instead of having our hand like this, portion like this, we can type like this. So that will be more, the twisting or the bending at this portion will be less. And that will make it ergonomically. Right? This is the body, how much load you can lift, how you can lift. So lifting more than 35 kg once per day, 25 kg 10 times per day, 4.5 kg more than twice per minute or more than 2 hours per day. 10 kg above the shoulder. Above the shoulder, if I am lifting 10 kg or more. Or if it is below the knees, more than 25 times per day. it will be creating problems, right? So you can have solutions like this. The load is already being supported. You have to just work on this. Weightlifting exercise, you are asking about that. So they also get the fatigue. Right?
But you are saying hazardous.
It is hazardous, so they don't work for the longer period. A smaller period and then work. It is not the continuous one, right? Okay. So when they are lifting some load above the shoulder, it will be for few minutes only, not more than, right? But then they are doing that exercise, so their body will be trained for that. So minimize the lifting distances, because the larger is the distance, more movement will be there. So position materials to power zone levels, avoid manual lifting, and like this. This is another example. It is given a particular angle and then he is working, so it is a comfortable. Two persons are lifting the load instead of only one person lifting the load, which we normally do in our daily life also. Providing the handles like this. Instead of picking on one hand, we use both the hands. Right? Instead of picking it like this, support from the bottom. This is, right? So these are the examples or the techniques you can use to reduce the load. And if it is not avoidable at all, then this is the sequence how it is to be lifted. So this portion, one by one steps you take, you will be able to lift the load with less discomfort to the body. This is one example, this is another example. Right? Yeah. So you are waiting for this day, right? Just 2-3 minutes more, not more. I will not borrow. So we can have the examples like hot weather, cold weather. We have to overcome these problems in the industries, right? High temperature indoors, and we have to overcome all these problems which are like this. And people have started working on them. For example, if I am going into the area where furnace is there, in industries furnaces are being used, melting of the iron and other 1400 degrees centigrade temperature. So what we can do, we can wear some suit, which is air conditions or like that, and then you can easily go there. So this type of solutions you have to look at this, right? So yeah. Yeah. So these are the principle of ergonomics you have to take care basically. When you are designing any product, try to achieve the neutral posture when you are producing or manufacturing your product at that stage also, and then see the customer whether he can maintain the neutral posture and then work on the product. Right? Reduce the excessive forces, keep things easy to reach within our reachable zone. If this portion you are keeping the things, it becomes very comfortable. Work in power or comfort zone, reduce the excessive motions. So vibrations and other things you have to reduce. Reduce the static load means I'm keeping this and then I'm keeping it for the long time. That it is static at present. But for longer time, if you are keeping, it creates a problem. So just reduce the static load. Minimize the pressure points. I had already taken rounded shapes and other things. You have to take care by this. Provide the clearance. Sometimes what happens is that our workplace is designed. I am sitting on the chair and then when I lift, I have something above my head. So there is a chance that my head can strike with the above portion. So you have to keep sufficient clearance. Enable movement and stretching. So just told that when you are sitting for longer time, you require stretching and all that. So that reduce the excessive vibration and provide good lighting conditions. So when you are designing the products, keep these points in mind. Right? These are some more readings if you want to do. There are standards being followed in different society. For example, this is for the Canada. This is UK. This one is America. So different, because from one nation to another, the body structure is changing. So accordingly, they are given their standards. So keep that in mind. And this is this one is the most comfortable, right? So thanks for it. Any questions if you are having? No questions. No? Okay, then. Thank you very much. They have to make some announcement.
If there are any questions, you can forward.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for the enlightening talk. I am sure all of us have gained valuable insights into understanding ergonomics in product design and development. Now, with all due respect, I request Mr. Nitin Kumar, Startup Fellow, Innovation Cell, Ministry of Education, to present our esteemed guest, Mr. Vijay Kumar Gupta, with a token of gratitude. Now it's time for feedback. So when I asked earlier, I only got 2 feedbacks from, and that's from faculties. So we are expecting some students to give the feedbacks. So if someone is ready, please raise the hand or stand up.
Hello, am I audible? Through this boot camp, I learned many new things and I was motivated to get my project into the market. At first, I didn't think that it was even possible for me, but now I'm very motivated. And this previous session about ergonomics, it was very great. It is very important for the young generation of the India, because they have to know about their positions so that they do not face a problem in their future life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your good name, please.
I'm Swastik Prasad.
Thank you, Swastik. So if someone more is ready, please come forward to give your feedbacks. Students, please come forward. Yes. No, please. Otherwise, you would have to pick them randomly. So if somebody is willing, please come forward. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sanat Kaur Mishra and I am from IISER Kanpur. So my original domain is engineering in computer science, but I am here attending this bootcamp. So during that day 1 and day 2, I think the session which Raghu sir take about the UI UX, consumer experience CX and UI UX. So I think I was only aware of the context that UI UX related to the designing that we take in prototype designing of the softwares. But when I came here, I get to acknowledge about the various domains that are related between the engineering and moreover the product designing. But as an engineer, we develop many solutions, but we are not aware of the context that are the part of the entrepreneurship. And I think this bootcamp helped me and will help me more in acknowledging my knowledge and something like that.
Thank you so much for your valuable feedback. So we are expecting some more.
Good evening all. I am Adil Hassani from BBM Nagpur. Well, personally, I just entered 11th class and I'm a commerce student. So I've been looking forward to this camp for a while, like from a month or so. And the most important thing that I like about it is that we are getting the framework of the actual working of things. So rather than just getting a highlight or rather than just getting the theoretical part, we also get the implementation through the examples which they provide us and even the real hands-on experience from entrepreneurs who are giving the sessions to us. And through their own enterprises or the startups, we are able to get the details of basically the concrete version of what actually goes on in the brain of an entrepreneur and how the processes should be done. That thing is really motivating, and I'd say it's inspiring basically because it broadens our knowledge gap. What you want to do and what you want to achieve. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So if anybody more is willing to give feedbacks. We also expect some college students to give their feedbacks. So if anybody is willing, please come forward. We don't have much time, so please give it faster.
I think, thank you so much for arranging this bootcamp. My only one line of feedback is we would appreciate, I think many of us resonate with this fact, we would appreciate more if the sessions were more practical rather than one-way delivery and we were engaging more with the speakers. So that's the one line of feedback that I want to give. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So followed by, we will have the pitching your idea session. So today it will be held in the LHC atrium, the hall over there. So I request all of you to gather up there. Please don't crowd. Please gather in that atrium.